bats 7th. EJ Dasco, the first baseman, bats 8th, and Luis Hernandez, the second baseman, hits 9th.
On the mound, Dylan Matsuoka, who had a really nice debut on the mound for the Ballers a week's time ago. 1-0 this year, a 1.80 ERA. He allowed 1 earned run in 5 innings, allowed 3 hits and a walk, struck out 7 Ogden Raptors. He faced 18 hitters, batting only 167 against him.
And the defense behind Matsuoka in his second Oakland start, left to right in the outfield. Marcus Titiali'i. Lou Helmet gets the start in center, and Isai Santos in right. Then the infield is a bit more tame, no shakeups there. Left to right, Davis Druick, Tremaine Cobb Jr., Daniel Harris IV, and Christian Almanza, with Dylan Tatum getting the start behind the dish.
So last night the Ballers only could muster 3 hits all night, and only 1 of them left the infield.
Yeah, it was a poor night offensively for the Ballers. The one that did was Christian Almanza in the second inning, and they struck out a bunch too. They struck out a whopping 12 times, which is the most 11 times. Ties for the most that they've struck out this season. But they'll need to get it going early tonight, and they'll benefit, hopefully, from a good start from Dylan Matsuoka.
Ballers in their white uniforms, green hats, I should say cream home uniforms and green hats. The Jackalopes in another change strip. They're, might call them royal blue with some purple trim. What would you go with?
Royal blue, purple trim. Got the Jackalope antlers on the front. Kind of wearing it like a badge. I'd say an accurate description. So
Matsuoka will stand on the mound ready to face off against Zeb Rose, batting at 200. No home runs and 1 RBI. Matsuoka, a right-handed pitcher working from the first base side of the rubber. The windup in the first pitch fastball is off the plate at 6:37 p.m. It's a hot day in Oakland. 69-degree first pitch. The 1-0 on its way. Rose takes a breaking ball in for strike 1. Calling balls and strikes tonight, Ricardo Rodriguez. At first is Mike Blanchard, and Grant Myers, he is at third. The 1-1 to Rose is swung on and missed. 91 at the top of the zone. A slight tip off the bat into the glove of Tatum. It's now 1-2. Matsuoka from the windup. Tatum setting up low. Here's the kick and the pitch, and the breaking ball is a half swing, and it is strike 3 called anyway. A slider that broke back inside, and he is gone looking here in the first for the first out.
Matsuoka just front-doored Rose, the righty-righty matchup, and Matsuoka won it with that inside slider. Nice pitch.
Here's Alex Pimentel, who had a first-inning home run yesterday off of Luke Short. First pitch on its way is hit down the right field line, out of play.
Well, you don't want to be pitching around batters, just 2 batters in, but that's what you would have to do if Rose reached, and then you have Pimentel next. Now you can attack him, and, of course, still a home run threat, but no one on for him here in the top of the first inning.
Leads the Jackalopes through 8 games with hits, with 12 hits for Pimentel. The next pitch is a slider down and away. It's 1-1. No score here in the top of the first. 1 away, bases are empty. Matsuoka from the windup. Pitch on its way. It's high at 92. Pimentel at 375, a home run and 2 RBI. Two one on its way. It's down low, 3-1 now.
I guess on the flip side, you can pitch around Pimentel with the bases empty. Foster still a very good hitter behind him, nearly homered a couple games ago in the opener of this series.
Matsuoka's 3-1 on its way. It's outside for ball 4. So a strikeout looking and then a walk, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Foster.
None of those pitches in that walk, except for the strike, were competitive. All 4 balls were pretty far off the dish. So Matsuoka pitches around Pimentel and now has to deal with the lefty Foster.
.280 for Foster, a home run and 3 RBI. Matsuoka set from the stretch. And the first pitch to Foster is swung on, fouled at the plate, and that got a big piece of Tatum on his right foot.
Props to Ricardo Rodriguez, quickly making his way out to the mound to give Tatum a sec.
So he went down to a knee, now trying to walk this off. He's been a little battered and bruised, and gives the thumbs up to Bruce Valentine, but Bruce is still going to come over and have a chat with him. Wants to know exactly where that went off his leg, maybe even upper on the leg.
Well, Bruce knows Tyler Lozano. They have a relationship built from last year. He doesn't know Dylan quite as well yet, so I feel like they don't have that trust yet, the two, and Bruce really wants to make sure that Dylan's okay, even if Dylan insists that he is right away.
Back-to-back starts for Lozano, although we saw Tatum come in the late innings on Tuesday's game, and in the first inning already, one big bruise added to Tatum's belt there. It's 0-1 to Foster. Pitch on its way is a fastball, a called strike on the outside. Late call by Rodriguez. Did just clip that outside. It's 0-2. Runner at first, one out here in the top of inning one. Matsuoka a check of first, and now he throws. It swung on, grounded down the line, foul. Now Monza could not get to the spot on the backhand, but did not need to.
That was awfully close to that first base bag. Just veered to the right of the pillow.
That was a changeup high and away that Foster was able to pull there. Left that one up, did Matsuoka there. Here comes the 0-2 again. There goes the runner. The pitch is high and away. The throw from Tatum on a hop is into center field. Helmig to pick up that ball. He's not going anywhere, the runner. It's a stolen base for Pimentel, who waited out Matsuoka and had a decent jump. It was a good pitch to throw on for Tatum. It was more or less a pitch out on the fastball high and away. Just bounced the throw in. 1-2 to Foster. A runner at second, one away here in the top of the first. Matsuoka fires a breaking ball too high.
I'll add that Matsuoka a little bit slow to the plate. He's not using a slide step, and that does not help Dylan Tatum's chances behind the dish at throwing out runners.
Still no score in the first. The 2-2 on its way. It's off the plate. A full count to Foster. A long stare at Pimentel at second. Now Matsuoka throws. It swung on and fouled back. Chase after a high fastball at 92.
Long at bat here. This will be pitch 10.
He did this the other night, too, against Connor Sullivan.
Oof. That's the time he almost hit a home run.
3-2. Matsuoka set from the stretch. No look, and the pitch to the plate is a ground ball foul. That time the slider darting down and in to Foster.
I spoke too soon. I was way ahead. I was looking at his pitch count, not his count for this at-bat. So this will be pitch 9 of the AB.
It's still a 3-2 count. On deck, the right-handed hitting Evan Scavato. Another payoff to Foster. Here it comes, and it's a slider inside for ball 4. So the second walk of this first inning by Matsuoka. And there's 2 on with 1 out, and Tatum's going to come out to have a word. Matsuoka took a long walk towards second base after that last pitch.
It's become a rather laborious inning for him. He's thrown 18 pitches, only 9 of them strikes.
Scavato, who always seemed to give the Ballers a pretty good game last year. Last night was 1 for 4, but he did drive in 2 on that one, which was a 2-run single in the 5th. So now Matsuoka needs a ground ball. Scavato comes in batting 192, 5 hits and 26 at bats. He does have a home run, and he's driven in 4. Infielders pinched up the middle. First pitch to Scavato is a swing and a miss. Slider at the top of the zone, and I'm sure Scavato has seen Matsuoka before. Scavato with the Owls last year, Matsuoka with the Raptors.
Yes, I was talking to Evan actually pregame. Scavato has faced Matsuoka before.
Likely in a late inning situation. The 0-1, it's swung on and fouled back.
Scavato also came up to Marcus Titiali'i before the game to ask if he's from Seattle proper or not. Titiali'i, of course, from Seattle proper.
It's 0-2 to Scavato. The last 2 sliders have kind of hung around the middle of the zone. The 0-2 on its way, and Scavato takes up and in on the fastball. That one flashed by the eyes at 91.
Well, usually that's a setup pitch for a slider. You would normally see that before 2 sliders in the zone. Instead, it's the reverse.
So 1-2. Let's see if Matsuoka can snap off a good one here. A check of second. Now the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. A curveball high above the zone that Scavato chases after. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Matsuoka. So it's 2 on, 2 outs for Robin Fernandez, the DH.
Scavato's been swinging and missing a lot. That's his 14th strikeout through 9 games. But Fernandez has not been missing much in this series.
A home run and a double on Tuesday. Last night, singled in the 4th. 2 on, 2 out, no score in the top of the 1st. The first pitch from Matsuoka is a slider, catching the outside corner for strike 1. A slight side eye there from Fernandez back to Ricardo Rodriguez. Pitch may have been a touch high. Here's the 0-1 now. That slider, that one's definitely in the zone. It's 0-2. So 2 in a row. Matsuoka attacking the outer half of the plate. At second is Pimentel. At first is Foster. They'll both run at the crack of the bat, if there is one. And 0-2 on its way. Matsuoka, a look at second. He kicks and fires, and it's a fastball down and in, blocked by Tatum. And that was really nice. He turned over that time and blocked it, I would call it the traditional way.
Yep, didn't try to pick it, and that's always what you want from your catcher. You want them to turn that glove over, like you said, Tyler, and keep their body in front of the ball.
So 1-2. That was an off-speed pitch in the dirt. The 1-2. Matsuoka throws, and that is strike. No, it's not. Oh, I was waiting for Ricardo Rodriguez to ring him up on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Maybe a little too early for the Ballers to use their first challenge. Tatum, maybe he should have given it a go. Now a 2-2 count. Matsuoka fires, and it's a ground ball back to Matsuoka. Up the middle, Cobb takes it behind the bag. His throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. No damage done, no hits in the inning. 2 left on base from the 2 walks. We head to the bottom of the 1st. It took a little bit, but the Jackalopes do not score. No score on 860 AM, The Answer. It's the bottom of the first, no score in our ball game. The right-hander Riley Egloff, E-G-L-O-F-F, a 6'5", 226 right-hander from Denver, Colorado. One of 4 returning Grand Junction Jackalopes, all of them pitchers. We saw one of them last night, Aiden Alger. Tonight we will see Riley Egloff. He's on the mound. He is, so far this season, recordless. 0-0, although he had a nice start in Yuba Sutter, a quality start, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, no walks and 5 strikeouts. Did allow 7 hits in that contest. He'll face Cobb, Helmick, and Druick here in the top of the first.
Defense behind Egloff in the outfield from left to right, Roast, Pimentel, and Foster. Infield from right to left, Dasco, Hernandez, Nunez, and Scavato, with Damon Maynard behind the dish for the first time this series, catching the right-hander Egloff. And you mentioned that start, Tyler. That was a 5-5 tie. They lost in the knockout round, unfortunately.
Kuba Bess, I believe, was the winner for Yuba Sutter tonight, or that night. Here's Tremaine Cobb Jr. to lead it off against Egloff. First pitch to Cobb is a fastball inside. It's ball 1. Could not get a hit last night. Cobb Jr. is still batting .405 for the season. His 15 hits lead the ball club. The 1-0 is a line drive, base hit to left field. Back into the hit column is Cobb with a leadoff single.
Refreshing sight for Oakland after last night. Christian Almanza's single was the only hit they had through 7 innings, and Trey Cobb comes through with the line drive into left. He's now hit safely in all but 2 games so far.
Here's Lou Helmick, tonight's center fielder. Helmick batting at .250, a home run, and 6 driven in. First pitch is a fastball off the plate. No, excuse me, a strike called at 92. 1-0. I got to wait for Ricardo here. Runner at first is Cobb. No outs in the bottom of the first. No score. Helmick takes down and away. Egloff with the slide step there. Cobb did steal a base a couple nights ago after getting a leadoff walk. He has 2 steals on the year. Was caught once. Now the 1-1 to Helmick. He takes outside. Lou's switched numbers. He is now number 28. 28 for those listening in Deutschland. He thinks that there might be some hits in 28 rather than 13. The 2-1 is taken on the outside for strike 2.
There were hits in 13, but not over the course of this series so far. He is 0 for 8.
So a shift as Nunez is playing close to the bag at second, the shortstop. A 2-2 to Helmick. Pitch on its way. He swings and misses. That ball, a changeup, darting down and away. And badly fooled that time is Helmick, who swings and misses.
Nice pitch by Egloff. Had a good amount of run to it. A little over a foot of fade away from the lefty. And he gets his first strikeout and first out here in the home first.
It looked like he was trying to protect, but did not try to take that ball the other way. Here is Druick, batting .320, 3 home runs and 6 driven in. The 3 home runs lead the club. First pitch fastball called, strike at the knees. At 90, it's 0-1. At first is Cobb with 1 away in the bottom of the first. No score. Egloff throws, and Davis takes off the plate. At 92, it's 1-1. The 4 returning Jackalopes are Ethan Brown, a left-hander, Aiden Alger, a left-hander, Evan Massey, a left-hander, and Riley Egloff, a righty. All pitchers. The 1-1, Druick takes a changeup. That's a strike on the corner. And it's 1-2.
Crowd jeering, but that was a really good pitch. Low outside corner on Druick.
It missed by, let's say, a hair's breadth from the strike zone. But a pitcher's strike. A 1-2, Druick takes low.
On that note, Tyler, I think it's interesting Grand Junction is only returning pitchers considering that they had the worst staff in the league last year. But I think the pitchers that have returned have definitely benefited because they're all pitching better than they did last season.
The 2-2 on its way is a swing and a miss. Fastball outside, and Druick broke down quite a bit. So back-to-back strikeouts for Egloff after the leadoff single. And now here's Cam Buford, tonight's designated hitter. He's at 304. No home runs, 4 RBI. He has doubled twice. First pitch, Cam fouls that sharply toward the soccer fields. Heads up. It's 0-1. So a leadoff hit by Cobb, then back-to-back strikeouts. I wonder if we may not see Cobb try to swipe a base here. He's got a good lead out to the cutout of the grass. There he goes. Buford, a ground ball toward the hole. A dive by the third baseman. It's through to left field. It's a single for Buford. And there are 2 men on with 2 men out.
I don't think Cobb heard contact there because he dove head first into second base. Gives a little tap of the chest there. He knows he had a chance to make it first to third.
That'll bring up Christian Almanza, the team's leader in RBI, hitting 300. He started all 8 games. He's only one of 3 players to have started all 8 games. That would be Cobb, Almanza, and Helmig. Interestingly enough, Pat Monteith, the only other player to have played in all 8 games. Almanza, a high, deep drive to right, and that one ain't coming back. A 3rd home run for Almanza this season, and he now leads the team with 13 driven in.
The lone man to leave the infield last night leaves the outfield tonight. A 3-run bomb to right, 380 feet, 103 off the bat, just crushed by Christian, who proves, yeah, he can pull it too.
Santos with 2 outs. Egloff's first pitch, east side, looks at a strike. I love parallelisms, and that was a very good one there by you, I must say.
Thank you. By the way, 10 games, 15 innings last year for Egloff, only 1 home run allowed. So it's not even like he was giving up a bunch of bombs last season.
The 0-1, a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 to Santos. It's sitting dead red, I think, was what Almanza was doing there. Got 93, sent it out at 103. The 0-2 to Isai, he takes high and away. I must ask about Santos because now I'm going between the two. Thank you. Santos. 1-2. Egloff to the plate. Santos swings and fouls it away.
I don't think he would care, similar to me with.
But I care.
That ball hit a power line. Oh. It might have hit a truck that was passing through this side street, but it hit a power line and fell harmlessly.
As long as we're still on the air.
Yeah, true that.
Maynard setting up off the plate. The 1-2 on its way, and Eastside takes low. It's 2-2. Always a good at-bat from Eastside, who is batting under 100 now, but it's only 1 for his first 11. He's drawn 5 walks. His on-base percentage is over 400. The 2-2, Santos takes low again, 3-2. Does he swing? No, says Grant Myers at third. It's 3-2.
He's made himself hard to remove from this lineup with the at-bats he's taking, and like you said, the 5 walks surely has helped the on-base percentage.
The pitch from Egloff is swung on, hit down the left field line, fairly deep. Back is the left fielder, and that will fall fair. It bounces up in front of the 312 sign, and Isai Santos, his first professional double.
I thought he got that one. He gave it a ride to left field. It just bounced up against the wall, but really good exit velo there, nearly 90, just sprayed it down the line on 2 strikes. Really good approach on a pitch that was off the plate. It would have been a called strike, though, if he had not swung.
Well, this is officially a 2-out rally. 3 straight hits with 2 outs.
Back-to-back extra base hits after the Ballers have already exceeded their hit total from last night of 3 here in the first inning.
Santos at second, Harris at the plate. Egloff throws, and Harris, an inside-out swing, fouls that away. It's 0-1.
Yep.
Daniel Harris the fourth at 286. No home runs, 5 RBI. Two outs. It's 3-0 Oakland here in the first. Egloff throws, and Harris swings and fouls out of play. Well, so far this season, the Ballers have won 4 games, and in each of those 4 games, they've scored first.
Right.
In the 4 losses, the other team has scored first. So
I was talking to Daryl Buggs about that. He was noticing that trend, too. It's not just us up in the press box that recognize that stat.
we do want to break that trend, although I do always want to score first.
It's always the trend of scoring first and winning you want to continue.
Yes. Pitch to Harris. He pops this up down the right field line. Over is Foster. Playable for him on the line. He makes the catch. The inning is over. A big blast by Christian Almanza to deep right center field. And it's 3-0 Oakland after 1 on 860 AM. The Answer. Heffernan Insurance Brokers have been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at HEFFINS.com. That's HEFFINS.com.
Well done.
Isaac Nunez, Damon Maynard, and E.J. Dosco to face Dylan Matsuoka in the second. And the first pitch to Nunez is fouled back. It's 0-1. Nunez yesterday took an 0 for 4, although we've liked his play in this series thus far. We can admire the other team from time to time. Swung on and fouled back, especially when he's down 0-2 like he is now to Dylan Matsuoka. Nunez only batting .074. That's 2 hits in 27 at-bats. No RBI for him yet. The 0-2 on its way, breaking ball. That one never really came back in time. It's inside. It's 1-2.
Got to talk to him pregame. He's feeling good despite the 2 for 27 start, saying that his coaching staff has put a lot of confidence into him.
The 1-2 from Matsuoka is swung on and fouled away. 92 from the right-hander there.
Normally after a 2 for 27 start to a season, you're feeling, shaking in your boots a little bit, but under Frank Gonzalez, I feel like he takes care of his players and makes them feel welcome and safe.
The 1-2, that is just inside, nearly clips Nunez. I think he thought about trying to say something to Ricardo Rodriguez for a second there, but instead of 2-2 counts. Hey, if you're the Jackalopes right now, you'll take the base runners. Matsuoka from the windup. The leadoff man, Nunez, in a 2-2 count. The pitch is a ground ball toward Cobb. A second big hop for Cobb, and his strong throw is in time for the first out of the second. Here's Damon Maynard. We saw Maynard a little bit last year. He was drafted by the Owls in the Florida tryout camp and was on the team the whole year as a backup catcher, I do believe.
Yep, and he played a good bit, too.
He is what you'd call a Pioneer League veteran. He's been around a little bit. The first pitch, a called strike on the outside. It's 0-1. I do believe he had service time with another club in 23.
Well, I have 22, and that's
or 22,
Grand
excuse
Junction.
me. Grand Junction, okay.
Won a ring.
Return then to Grand Junction. 1-1 as the next pitch is high. 3-0 Oakland here in the top of the second after a 3-run Christian Almanza home run in the first. I hope you didn't miss it if you're just tuning in now. Fastball, called strike on the outside. It's 1-2. Maynard steps out and asks for time. Time will be granted. So Matsuoka will step off the mound. Matsuoka does not seem like the kind of pitcher who enjoys getting his timing messed up. He's a businessman out there, and if I was Maynard, I would not upset his timing. Here comes a 1-2 on its way. Matsuoka fires in a breaking ball, a touch high. Matsuoka took a step off the mound, but with Maynard's smaller strike zone, he stands at 5'11", listed. It will be smaller than others. The 2-2 swung on and fouled away. Fastball just above the zone at 91. Quite a few foul balls here in the first couple of innings. It's upping the pitch count of Matsuoka. Luckily, the Ballers had Brody Iglite and Adam Bogosian yesterday pick up 4 2/3 or 4 1/3 of relief. Ground ball toward third. Druitt takes it on the second hop, and his throw across the diamond is in time. 2 outs.
Starting to look a bit more sure of himself over there, Davis Truick. It's been a rough start for him defensively. Obviously, good start at the plate, but credit to him and the rest of the Ballers' defense. They've been putting in work before these games.
Now E.J. Dosko, the first baseman. Dosko played on Tuesday. We did not see him yesterday. Took an 0 for 4. On the year at 176. No home runs and no RBI. The first pitch from Matsuoka is a fastball high. 3-0 Oakland in the top of the second. Bases are empty with 2 outs. Now Matsuoka from the windup. The 1-0 is a ground ball up the middle. Cobb will take it up the middle. His throw across is in time. A nice ranging play from Tremaine Cobb. He knew the base runner, and he trusted his arm. And it's a 1-2-3 inning, all ground balls. And we move on to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM. The Answer. It's the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 Oakland. We'll see Marcus Titialii and Dylan Tatum take their first hacks against Riley Egloff here in the second. And then the top of the order in Cobb Jr. again.
You want to go back in time, Tyler?
Please.
Let's go a year ago today, May 29th, 2024, for this day in Oakland baseball history. It was not a good result for the Ballers, but it was a head-scratching game. It was a fun one to look back at and laugh.
The first pitch from Egloff to Titialii is a called strike on the outside, especially since the Ballers went to the playoffs. So.
Yes, exactly. So now we can look back and laugh on this Rocky Mountain 27, Oakland 11 scoreline.
The 0-1 on its way. It's 1-0. 1-1 now as the pitch is down low.
Vibes got a 6-run third, an 8-run fourth, a 6-run fifth to establish a 21-0 lead. So really, if you look at the second half of the game, the Ballers won.
The 1-1 on its way, and Titialii swings and misses through a fastball that was up and in on him. It's 1-2.
But the interesting thing about that game, do you remember which Vibes were the ones to beat the Ballers, really?
No, but I have a guess on what you're about to say. Here's the 1-2 on its way to Titialii, and he takes strike 3. Oh, no, excuse me. It's a ball, and Maynard is going to challenge. And I've got a pretty good feeling that that was in the zone.
Looked good.
So TTLE strikes out looking. It's the first for Egloff.
What's your guess?
I'm going to guess that you're going to tell me some guys that were Oakland Ballers at one point.
That's right. Brett Carson, Stephen Wilmer. Carson 5 for 5, 4 runs, 4 RBI, 3 doubles, and a homer.
Oh my God.
Stephen Wilmer 4 for 6 with 6 RBI and 3 doubles.
I think Stephen Wilmer hit 500 in 12 games against Oakland before we acquired him. The first pitch to Tatum is a swing and a foul back to the screen. 93 right down the middle to Tatum. He took a big hack. I wonder if Tatum hasn't seen Egloff before at the minor league level. That would be interesting to find out. A twin and a Marlin here. The 0-1. Tatum takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. It's a quick 0-2 to the Oakland catcher. Tatum batting .250. No home runs and an RBI. He asks for time. It's granted. Bottom of the second, 3-0. One away with the bases empty. Oakland leading. Egloff set at the chin. First base side of the rubber. The pitch on its way is fouled back. Challenge fastball above the hands at 93, and Tatum was ready. So we'll stay 0-2. Egloff fires, and Tatum swings and misses. That was a breaking ball below the zone. 4 strikeouts now for Egloff.
Last note on that game a year ago today that lost to the Vibes. Oakland did score 11, which is good. It came, of course, way too little, way too late, but Trevor Halsema homered, and so did Brad Burkell. That was a 9th inning grand slam for Brad.
I believe the second grand slam at that point for Oakland. 2 outs for Cobb. He takes a first pitch fastball at 95 for strike 1. So Egloff not too happy about how that first inning went. Maybe letting out a little bit of frustration here. The 0-1, Cobb takes the next pitch outside at 94. 1-1. You can generate some power with that 6'5", 226 frame. The 1-1, Cobb takes a breaking ball low in the dirt.
I am actually going to answer your question that you asked earlier. I don't think Egloff ever faced Tatum. I don't think Egloff ever pitched in the Marlins organization.
Oh, drafted out of high school, I see.
Because he ended up going to New Mexico, yes. 2-1.
Cobb singled in the first. His second at-bat here in the second. A ground ball up the middle, base hits. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball in. It came off the bat only at 87, but it was right back up the middle where no infielder stood. And it's a 2-out single for Cobb. 2 hits for Cobb, another multi-hit game, and we are 1 2/3 into this game.
That's amazing. That means Tremaine has now collected 6 of them through his first 9 pro games.
Now Lou Helmick, who struck out swinging on a changeup down and away. 2 outs. The first pitch to Helmick. He swings and misses. Went to the off speed. It's 0-1.
No doubt Helmick's sitting on the fastball here. He's seen what his teammates have been able to do against that pitch. It's got good velo from Egloff, but he's leaving it over the plate.
Setting up away is Maynard. Here's the next pitch. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and Helmick wants to challenge. It is a ball, and it's 1-1 now. So Helmick, who stands at 6'5", that strike zone will get moved up on the dynamic strike zone.
Yep. So while that might be a strike on someone like Isai Santos, who's 5 inches shorter than Helmick, it's a ball on Helmick, who stands at 6'5".
I was going to say Peyton Harden, but yes. 1-1. The pitch on its way is a swing and a foul ball. Definitely a strike on payday. Brad Burkell.
Yep. Santos has got a little bit on those two.
Diminutive only in height, not by nature or threat or athletic ability. Brad was 3rd on the team in RBI last year. The 1-2 to Helmick. There goes Cobb. It swung on. This is laced to center field, and that will drop over the leaping Nunez. It's a single for Helmick.
Nunez gave it everything he had, but he was shaded over towards second, pretty close to the bag, and it was just blooped over him as Helmick beats the shift with a single, and who knows, Tyler, it could be another 2-out Ballers rally.
It's certainly, we're in a rally now, that's for sure. It's runners at the corners, 2 away, a 3-0 Oakland lead, and now it's Davis Druick, who may also just be sitting fastball here on Egloff. He has company now, Druick, after Almanza tied him for the team lead in home runs. The first pitch on its way. Druick swings and fouls one at the plate. A first pitch changeup. It's 0-1.
We're seeing a lot more changeups now from Egloff because the Ballers are sitting dead red.
Second time through the lineup. Druick, the third place hitter in the Oakland order. Egloff from the stretch. The 0-1 on its way. Druick takes in the dirt. Maynard can't find it, and now Helmick's going to take second.
Really good read there from Helmick after Maynard didn't know that he had blocked it.
It's going to be a wild pitch. Second and third are the runners now with 2 outs for Davis Druick. Druick has driven in 6 as part of his 3 home runs. The 1-1. Egloff fires and Druick takes high and away. Off speed again. Well, the pitch count now rises ever so much for Egloff, who is at 45 with this next one. Slide step, the pitch, fastball, a called strike. A little bit of a quick pitch there from Egloff, who has a little bit of the veteran wiles. Only 25 yet. 2-2. Egloff ready now. Maynard setting up away. He waits. And now he fires, and Druick swings and misses through 94, and the inning is over. It's a strikeout of the side for the pitcher, Riley Egloff. Now 5 Ks on the day. The Ballers get 2 hits, strand both runners. We move to the third. Still 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM. The Answer. Top of the third inning, it's 3-0 Oakland here on 860 AM. The Answer. We'll see 9-1-2 against Dylan Matsuoka, Luis Hernandez, Zeb Rose, and Alex Pimentel. It is now time for our celebrity third inning. We are now joined by Tim Koide, one of the staff members of the Oakland Ballers, who is the Chief Revenue Officer. Is that correct?
That's right. Hardly a celebrity.
Tim handles a lot of different aspects of the administrative side, including specific sponsorships,
merchandise,
ticket sales,
stuff that makes money.
First pitch to Hernandez is a called strike. Tim, you've had a pretty wild career. Baseball is sort of its own animal, especially at this level.
It is indeed.
Tell me about what you've experienced yourself starting up this baseball team with us.
Oh, my. Well, the Oakland Ballers, of course, has been a major passion project for all of us, I think. The impact and the intent of the organization, obviously, it goes far beyond baseball. This is about the city of Oakland and what we can do to impact the community to build it up. It's about 5 businesses in one, so this is definitely the most complicated business venture I've ever been a part of.
Strike three called to Hernandez, and Tim has his first strikeouts on the broadcast.
That's
this
my boy,
year.
fellow half-Japanese boy on the mound there.
You're always on the lookouts.
I'm always on the lookout. I love supporting my blood.
Here's Zeb Rose, leadoff man. We're speaking with Tim Koide of the Oakland Ballers staff, who handles merchandise. I'm going to talk about the merchandise. We have some new merchandise at our tent as well that some folks, if they are listening in the ballpark, can come check out with our partnership with Oaklandish. What is new at the merch tent?
Thanks to, don't want to get political, but thanks to the current administration, we have a lot of stuff actually waiting on a boat for us right now. But we do have a new golf line this season, so we've got a quarter zip and a long sleeve hooded tee and a nice golf shirt and a golf hat. So that's a nice addition to the portfolio.
I have seen some of those hanging there, and I do know that as Rose advances on his singles through the body of Tremaine Cobb on really a wicked hop. Here's Pimentel now with one away. First pitch slider is a called strike.
Speaking of golf, though, shout out to Michael O'Hara, who can drive the ball apparently 6 million miles.
Yes, that was at our event at Corsica Golf some weeks ago, and I know we have a number of player showcase opportunities. The next pitch fouled back. And a lot of good sponsors as well. I look at our outfield wall right now, and it is looking rather more colorful than last year. A lot of good partners.
It is more colorful. You know, we learned an important lesson. We learn as we go here. The signs last year were entirely too small.
Okay.
So we made them bigger this year, so you could actually see them. Sponsors appreciate being visible.
0-2 is up the middle, off of Matsuoka. It's picked up by Druk on the bare hand. His throw is too high. That's going to be an infield single off of Matsuoka. That came off 69 off the bat, so that really is not going to sting him too much unless it got bone rather than flesh. He's going to take just a minute to walk this off, but the thumbs up there. 2 runners on, back-to-back hits. Rose and Pimentel at first and second. Rose at second, Pimentel at first. Here's Kendall Foster, a 3-0 game in the top of the third. Now, with sponsorships, we still have a lot of great spots for folks to get involved. What's the best way for them to reach out to us?
So you can reach out to sponsorships at oaklandballers.com. It's a great way to reach out. Or just hit me directly, Tim at oaklandballers.com. Always welcoming new sponsors. It's a great place to activate your brand. Oakland has the best fans in the world. Raimondi Park is the best community activation in Oakland.
Next pitch is fouled away. It's 1-1 to Kendall Foster, who drew a walk in the first. Now, what has your relationship with baseball been in your life?
Baseball has just been a backbone of my existence. I didn't play at a very high level, but I've always been a fan. And there are certain things that kind of resonate with me. A good John Steinbeck novel and a good baseball game. They're in the same category for me. And for me, from a career perspective, I've just always been searching for the best American novel that I can kind of get involved with. And certainly the Oakland Ballers, I think, would qualify as a great American novel.
The 2-1 is fouled back now, 2-2 to Foster with one away and runners at first and second with one. So Oakland Coliseum with a copy of Cannery Row. That's your summer's day.
Go. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Matsuoka set from the stretch. The 2-2 on its way to Foster. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that is strike 3 called on the outside, and Foster is gone looking. It's the 4th strikeout for Matsuoka and the 3rd of the looking variety. We'll bring it back to persons of Japanese heritage. You know Don Wakamatsu, and his involvement and your involvement is sort of all cross paths with our
the very first
Ballers
phone call
project.
The very first phone call I made walking out of the Blue Bottle Cafe here in Oakland after talking to Paul Friedman for the first time was to Don. And I told him about this little baseball team that was getting off the ground here in Oakland. And he's, of course, a hometown boy, so instantly interested, and we got him involved from the get-go.
Scavato took a slider for a strike. The base at third was stolen by Rose running from second, and he stole that one off of Dylan Matsuoka. Well, Don's been involved now for 2 years from its inception, as have you.
Yep.
Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Scavato waits on an 0-1 from Matsuoka. Slider is low, 1-1. Year 2 from year 1. More crazy, less crazy. You've got the groundwork now.
Yeah, we've got a good foundation. You know, I mean, I think the objective here is to continue to build. So year 1 had its challenges. Year 2 has equal number of challenges. They're a little bit different, but you know, we keep trying to grow this organization and grow the impact that we have on the community, and you know, expand our reach.
It's a strike at the top of the zone to Evan Scavato, who wants time. It's a 1-2 count to Scavato. Runners at the corners, a 3-0 ball game. We're speaking to Tim Koide from our staff, who handles sponsorship and merchandise. It's some really nice looking merch as well with our partnership with Oaklandish.
It's beautiful. I do have to say that there is a sign, for those of you who've never been in our press box, which is most of you, there is a sign hanging in this press box that says that we must treat Tyler Peterson with care because he's an American treasure, and I 150% back that up.
Ball gets away from Tatum. The throw is not going to be in time. It's a wild pitch. It gets away from the home plate area. Scoring is Rose on the wild pitch. To second is Pimentel, and it's 3-1. That ball bounced in front of Tatum on the break, and there was not a whole lot he could do about that. So just a wild pitch.
I got to say, Tyler, I love listening to you on the mic here. This is your element, and you truly are an American treasure.
The 2-2 on its way. Check will be in the mail. Swung on and fouled away. If we're still taking personal checks these days, I have a checkbook for what it's worth.
I do too.
Although I'm teased by some of our younger staff for having a 30th birthday this year.
As you know, Tyler, you and I were both born well into our 40s, so at this point we're aged.
2-2 to Scavato, at least one more time. Matsuoka throws, and it's strike 3 called. Scavato wants a challenge. I don't know what he's looking at there. I have to say that looked like it was right down the middle. Mark Kahn a little bit annoyed by that challenge even. We're going to take a break. Tim, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, it's such a pleasure,
One
Tyler.
more time.
Yeah.
How do folks get merch? How do folks get involved with sponsorship?
Sponsorships at oaklandballers.com. Reach out. We'll reach back really quick.
All right. Bottom of the third coming up. 3-1 Oakland on 860 AM. The Answer. Bottom of the third, it's 3-1. The Ballers lead. Buford, Almanza, and Santos, who all have base hits in this game against Egloff. Here in the third, I want to thank Tim Koide for stopping by to talk about sponsorships and merch and how you can get involved, or how you can look good with some of the new Ballers merch these days. And yes, get it while you can. The first pitch is a called strike. Looked like it was off the plate. Called the strike nonetheless. As, again, the reality is that the shipment is sort of waiting to be delivered from overseas and may not arrive anytime soon with the current trade deals going on. So I would grab your Ballers merch quickly. The 1-1 to Buford. Half swing. He takes a strike. Buford, a single through the left side in at-bat 1. It's a 1-2. Breaking ball. Oh, yeah, that was strike 3 call. Buford wants a challenge. It is a ball. And as I look at it, there's about an inch of separation between strike zone and ball. So it's a good challenge by Buford. Definitely below the zone.
It was close, but it was 100% below the zone. No part of that ball was touching the TrackMan zone. The
2-2 on its way is a swing and a ground ball foul. Now, Buford stands at 6'3", which means his strike zone is higher than others on the new TrackMan strike zone. We are also, I mean, this year, there is no buffer zone at least appearing on the dashboard this year, which is also a different detail. It's a 2-2 again. Buford swings and fouls it back. He was ready that time. That was an attack by Egloff at 93 at the top of the zone. 2-2 the count. Egloff from the windup. The 2-2 is down low. 3-2. This is a nice at bat by Buford.
That was a breaking ball, a rare breaking ball from Egloff, and Buford was able to hold off.
6 hits for Oakland in the first 2 innings. The 3-2 on its way. Cam swings and fouls it back. That was an attack again. 92 right down the heart of the plate, and Buford was ready. What do we got, Nevada? This is pitch 9?
Yep. I didn't have my screen brightened. Sorry.
The 3-2 on its way. Buford, a ground ball foul again. Now, that time a protective swing with the breaking ball going below the zone, but Buford still hanging in there.
I just realized not only does our public address announcer Mark Kahn keep score, he counts pitches.
Does he count cards? That's the real question. The 3-2. Egloff fires, and Buford a high chopper toward third, and it's past the glove of Scavato. And we're going to see that is going to be a base hit down the line. All right. To be fair to Scavato, he was battling the sun there and kind of olayed it.
Yeah, he could have made the play, but it was a well-hit ball. I think the exit velo 84 is a bit, it's not the highest exit velo, but it's not a softly hit ball to third either.
Here's Almanza, who hit a 3-run home run in his first at-bat. Egloff throws, and Almanza swings and fouls that back, a first pitch changeup. It's 0-1. I think he started every batter with a first pitch changeup since Cobb Jr. started off the second time through the order in the second.
I don't think Almanza is going to see another fastball from Egloff, at least the rest of the time these two face off this game.
The 0-1. Almanza swings and misses. You might be right. That was a changeup in the dirt, and it's 0-2. Well, based on that swing, I would not now throw him a strike or a fastball on 0-2. I also wouldn't throw him a strike. 3-1 Oakland here in the bottom of the third. Runner at first, no outs. Egloff waits, and now he fires. Almanza takes a fastball high.
Yeah, so I was wrong. You saw a fastball, but you were right. Not in the zone. Now he'll go back to the changeup.
I do think that was a setup pitch, though, because Maynard was going high and outside. Probably not that high and away was the target. Maynard will set up away again, though. And the 1-2 to Almanza is flared out of play. Back to the changeup.
Now the problem is for Egloff, as Almanza's seen the changeup so many times, theoretically he'll be able to fight it off and then maybe even still sit on a fastball in case he does get another.
Here's the question is, with Buford at first and a threat to go, does that help Almanza see a fastball?
No.
1-2. Egloff to the plate, and Almanza takes down low on a slider. That's a nice take from Almanza. We've seen him go after that pitch. And Almanza has struck out 6 times so far this year. 2-2. Egloff to the plate, and it's a hit to center. Moving back is the center fielder, Pimentel. He's going to square under it, and he'll make the catch right before the warning track. One away.
Got another changeup, but it caught too much of the zone, and Almanza almost made Egloff pay for it. He hit it pretty sharply to center field. 96 off the bat, 350 feet, but right to the center fielder. If he is just a little bit earlier, that would have been a gapper.
Here's Isai Santos, who doubled down the left field line in his first at bat. So one away with Buford at first. There goes Buford. It's a strike. The throw is not in time, and Buford swipes second. Maynard's throw a little up the line on the second base side, and Nunez almost applied a really nice tag, but Buford was able to slide in. So now with one away, a runner in scoring position. This is not necessarily a get him over, get him in. This is still just a get him in for Santos, and it may only take a single. They're giving him both lines. Pitch on its way. It's a half swing. Does he go? No, says Grant Myers, and another nice take from Santos.
Again, just such good at-bats from Santos. Able to double on 2 strikes in the first inning down that left field line, like you said. They're giving him that left field line and right field.
1-1 the counts. Egloff a check of second. The pitch to Santos. He swings and fouls it out of play down the line. Isai with his first extra base hit of his pro career. That came in the first inning. Has an opportunity here to knock in his first run batted in. It's a 1-2 count with one away. A 3-1 ball game that Oakland leads here in the bottom of the third. Buford at second. Egloff throws, and Santos hits it off of the glove of Egloff. Buford has to hold. The throw to first is in time. It's a 1-4-3. Very rarely a ball to the right side does not move the runner from second to third, but there, with the deflection off the glove of Egloff, Buford had to hold. So he is at second, and Harris comes to the dish.
Well, I know a rabbit's foot is lucky. I don't know what animal's foot is not lucky, but whatever it is, that's what Santos has been carrying around because his balls that he's put in play just haven't found the gaps. That one hit sharply just right back to the pitcher.
You could go monkey's paw if you want to go O. Henry. Here's Harris, who takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. You know the story about the monkey's paw?
Indulge me.
Did you not learn about that one in school? Did you go through some of those? No. 0-1. Harris swings and misses through the breaking ball. It's 0-2. Buford still out at second. Harris flied to right in the first inning. Egloff set at the belt. 0-2. Harris swings and misses. 3 straight breaking balls, and it's the 6th strikeout for Riley Egloff. No runs on a hit, no errors. A man left on base. We head to the 4th. Still 3-1 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. Your line score through 3, it's a run on 2 hits and no errors for Grand Junction. For Oakland, it's 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. For the 4th inning, for the 5th inning, the 6th, and the 7th, And unless he lets me not back on the mic, it'll be me taking over after that. Nevada calling.
Thank you, Tyler. It's time to hop out of this press box for a hot sec and head to the Big Apple. That's right. It's time for the wide world of baseball, and today we go to New York, New York. It'll be Robin Fernandez, followed by Isaac Nunez here in the top of the fourth against Matsuoka. And Nunez is from Gotham, the city that never sleeps. Okay, I've exhausted all the nicknames. And you know enough about the city, the most populated city in the United States. Almost 9 million. First pitch for Matsuoka is a called strike outside corner, 0-1. So why do we go here today? It's because it's Nunez's hometown, and there's no point in trying to tell you about New York. You know about New York. Ball bounced to the right side. That is fair, and it's picked up by Almanza, 1 down. So that brings up Isaac Nunez here with 1 out. 3-1 Ballers leading the Jackalopes, top of the fourth. And let's tell you about his journey through New York. He grew up on the Lower East Side, played Little League at Kingsbridge Little League in the Bronx, then attended Trinity Pauling School, which is not in New York, New York. That is a bit upstate. And he attended that school as a freshman in 2015 before coming to Florida. First pitch to the righty from the righty Matsuoka. Check swing, did he go? Doesn't matter, it's a called strike, 0-1. So that was Nunez's journey. He also attended a St. John's University baseball camp at age 14. That's in Queens. That day, they offered him a spot on the roster. And he lines one into right field. It is caught by Santos, 2 down. So Nunez is out. Told you about his journey, but who else do you need to know about from New York? Maynard is 0 for 1 today. 2 out, space is empty. 3-1 Ballers over the Jackalopes here in the fourth. Well, who's a baseball player from New York City other than Nunez? There's a called strike, 0-1. A-Rod, he was born there before moving to the Dominican in Miami.
No kidding.
B.J. Surhoff, former Baltimore Oriole. And Lou Gehrig is from the Bronx. 0-1 ripped back to the screen, 0-2. And why is Lou Gehrig important? Well, obviously, he's Lou Gehrig. But also, why is he important to the Ballers? He is Lou Helmig's namesake.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
I did not know that.
Sure enough, named after Lou Gehrig. 0-2 pitch coming from Matsuoka to Maynard. Matsuoka hoping for a 1-2-3 inning. Quick pitches him, and it's ripped up the middle for a base knock. And that is the first hit of the day and of the series for Maynard. So 2 outs, and the base is not empty anymore. Maynard with that 2-out single. He's at first base for E.J. Dasco. 3-1 Ballers lead. Top of the fourth inning. Dasco today grounded out to shortstop. First to him is high and away, 1-0. Dasco, former Tampa Spartan. He was teammates with former Ballers reliever Braden Nelson, who is now in the Atlantic League with the Long Island Ducks. 1-0, good pitch, outside corner, 1-1. That was a breaking ball, 81. Looked like a hard slider, perfectly placed high outside corner for Matsuoka. Dasco did not play yesterday, 0 for 4 on Tuesday. Next to the righty, swung on and missed. Another tight slider at 79, perfectly placed at the bottom of the zone. Time called by Dasco, the former Birmingham Bloomfield Beaver. A tongue twister if I've ever heard it. That's a team in the USPBL, debuted there in 2024, played in 6 games. He's already played now in 7 in the Pioneer League. 1-2 for Matsuoka. He checks first, comes home, and gets the K. 3 sliders, gets rid of Dasco. It's the 6th strikeout for Matsuoka, who is through 4 innings of 1-run ball. He is just 1 strikeout shy of his total from his season debut on Friday. 3-1 Ballers lead Grand Junction here on 8:60 a.m. The Answer as we head to the home fourth. District Council 16 painters and allied trades represent the best in the business. Painters, drywall finishers, glazers, and floor covers proudly serving the greater Bay Area. Oh, wait, no, this is Northern California and Nevada. They stand for top-tier training, great wages, strong benefits, and dignity on the job. Join the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades today. District Council 16, building the future one skilled trade at a time.
I'll say especially the Bay Area, though.
Especially the Bay Area. Bottom of the fourth inning. Oakland leading Grand Junction 3-1. Marcus Titiali'i leads off the frame. First pitch to him, popped up, foul, right side. Dosco, the first baseman, ranges over. He has plenty of room, reaches back and drops it. He falls over backward. It is an error on the pop-up that allows Titiali'i's at bat to extend.
That's one of the few non-play errors. That is an error that should have been made by Dosco. He was there, and he dropped it.
Dropped foul ball. And Titiali'i gets new life here. Struck out his first time looking against Egloff, who is starting to shape up here, the righty. His next is a strike outside. He has gone to that breaking ball a lot more. He's been able to locate it for a strike. It's a pitch that he did not have early in this ball game. He only had the fastball and the change. And he goes to it again and gets Titiali'i to swing and miss at a pitch in the dirt, throw to first in time, and that is Egloff's 7th strikeout, one away here in the fourth. So Titiali'i is retired. Dylan Tatum is next. Ballers up 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth. 1 out, bases empty for Tatum. First time up, he struck out against Egloff. That was a swinging K. First to the catcher is a strike on the outside. Black, 0-1. So this bottom 3 in the order today, Harris, Titiali'i, and Tatum, 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts. Now make that 0 for 6 with still 4 strikeouts. That's a fly ball into right field. Caught by Foster, 2 down. Brings up Trey Cobb. Tremaine already with 2 hits today. As Tyler pointed out, that's already his 6th multi-hit game of the year through just 9 contests. Leadoff hitter for the Frederick Keys last summer of the MLB Draft League. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. He impressed there. Played in 43 games, 52 hits, 8 doubles. Cobb stares at a ball outside, 1-1. And then Cobb has come to the Pioneer League hitting leadoff. First-year pro. He has succeeded. One. Cobb takes a strike outside corner, 1-2. Egloff really settling in. He has retired 5 straight since a leadoff single by Buford in the 3rd. Trying to get Cobb for the first time today. And he will. Grabs the outside corner with a fastball, and Cobb is frozen. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and none left. That was on that dropped pop fly, and 2 strikeouts in the inning for Egloff, who is up to 8. However, his team is still behind. It is 3-1 Oakland after that 3-run homer by Almanza in the first. Let's go to the 5th here on 860 AM The Answer. Top of the 5th here from Oakland. 3-1 Ballers lead the Jackalopes. Nevada Cullen alongside Tyler Peterson. Guess what time it is? Tyler, take it away.
It's time for the question on the answer. I have to think of a question on the answer. Be with you in a moment.
I'm all ears. I can't wait. First pitch. A strike as Hernandez tried to bunt for a hit there and whiffed.
I've got it. It was 77 today in Oakland. I want to know, what is your favorite beach activity?
Wow.
Tell me your favorite beach activity. It felt like summer today.
0-1 outside, 1-1. I felt like a nice, crisp fall day to me, a Floridian. But I'm very familiar with the beach, so I can answer your question. And it's an easy one for me, as the 1-1's in the dirt, 2-1 on the lefty and 9-hitter Hernandez. It's spike ball.
Okay.
Have you played spike ball?
It's on that little net or a table that's like sort of convex.
Yep.
One of the two. Is it the net or the table that's
convex? I play with the circular net.
Okay.
2-1, bends in for a strike, swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Matsuoka, 2-2.
I know it's not called futsal. Maybe it's tennis or table soccer.
Table soccer is the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, I've seen the little round net. Yes, I'm familiar with both.
Yeah, it's a fun one to play on the beach because you can dive. 2-2 is fouled off to the left, out of play. But because you're on the sand, you're not really worried about, you'll dive, and of course you're going to get dirty, but then you can go wash off in the ocean. So if you get a little sandy, that's no harm, no foul. But then you go, you get all sweaty playing spike ball. You need to dip off in the cool ocean, and it feels really nice afterwards.
The 2-2. Or no, excuse me. You're the one doing the game.
You get carried away when you're on question on the answer. The 2-2 swung on and missed. A sword pulled out by Hernandez. He goes down by way of the K for a second time. It's the 7th strikeout for Matsuoka.
I have some answers. First, mine. My favorite beach activity is photography. What do you think about that?
I think that's you know what? I'm going to give you points for creativity there. First pitch to Rose outside, ball 1. What do you like to photog at?
I love any type of maritime backdrop.
Okay.
I love the sea.
1-0. Grabs the outside corner. Good breaking pitch.
If you're so inclined to try to find my Instagram, you can find photographs of a lot of different state beaches, the Davenport Crack, Bodega Bay.
1-1 in the dirt. 2-1.
It's all very violent and beautiful to me. Sort of the waves crashing upon the rocks, elephant seals at Año Nuevo State Beach. I could wax lyrical about Highway 1 all night and day.
In another lifetime, you were a poet. 2-1. Rose takes another good breaking ball in the outside corner, 2-2. Bases empty, 3-1 Ballers lead, top 5, 1 out.
We do have some submissions. Aaron Blaylock says Sandcastles.
Love it. 2-2. Ripped, just foul. That one hung over the bag, but because it never bounced, it is a foul ball. It landed to the left of the chalk. It remains 2-2. So Aaron says Sandcastles. Home Plate Drums says Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk without question.
That's not how you say it.
Oh, Santa Cruz.
No, that's not how you say it.
Santa Cruz?
Ugh.
2-2 off the end of the bat. Bounce to first. Almanza could take it himself and does. Ooh, quick to the bag was Rose trying to beat that out, but he is retired, 3 unassisted.
You say Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in the warm California sun.
See, I was assuming I just pronounced something wrong because I tend to with the, San Rafael, I used to pronounce it San Rafael.
Throwing a football for Ian.
Well, the Ballers were throwing a football before this game. I thought they were getting ready for rugby night. Jim Diedrich, pitching coach, was out there throwing dimes.
Sand soccer with friends, another submission. You get along with that one.
Urhaj, thank you. We love any mention of footy on the telly. That's outside, 1-0. Or in this case, on the YouTube stream.
The amount of soccer talk on this broadcast from a PBL standard is through the roof.
Yeah. 3-1, the score. Ballers with the most dangerous lead in baseball. Wait. That's inside.
No,
2-0.
that's hockey. That's soccer. Don't you bring that in. There's no lead. Well, in the Pioneer League, leads are more precarious than
any lead
other
is
baseball.
the most dangerous lead. 2-0 pitch to the righty, Pimentel. He takes another good breaking ball right on the outside corner. Matsuoka has immense command of that pitch.
I don't mean this as a slight to the designer of the uniforms at all.
2-1 outside.
But the twos almost look like they're upside down when I look very quickly. I don't know how to explain it. The twos on the back of the uniforms for the Jackalopes.
Who is wearing number 22.
And the fives as well.
I'll have to look at what Scavato and Fernandez have. Oh, well, they have the same two. 3-1 pitch is sent to center field. Helmig drifts back, makes the squeeze while backpedaling for out number 3. Matsuoka throws a 1-2-3 fifth inning. Ballers lead.
Just
3-1.
a moment. A 11th hour submission by the general manager of the Rocky Mountain Vibes, Bob Flannery. He loves to ride the waves on his Miss Piggy floaty. Thank you, Bob, for tuning in to this broadcast tonight.
Oh, why do I feel like that won't be the last mention of the Muppets this season? Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 Ballers here on 860 AM The Answer. Lou Helmig leads off in the bottom of the 5th. Ballers up in front 3-1. Helmig, Druick, Buford to bat against Egloff. See if the Ballers can get something going against this guy. Helmig taps one sharply to second off the chest of the second baseman. Throw to first still in time as Hernandez knocked it down. And there is one away on one pitch. That is now 7 in a row retired by Egloff, who is heating up. He also has 8 strikeouts. He had 5 on Thursday, and he did not start for Grand Junction last year. He had 18 strikeouts, though. Druick takes a strike, nothing in one. I'd have to imagine, though, that this is Riley Egloff's career high in pro baseball, with 8 punch-outs. Druick takes outside 1-1. Egloff, the former Miami Marlin draftee in the 36th round in 2018 out of Heritage High School in Littleton, Colorado. 1-1. Druick puts a charge into this one, right field. Foster can only watch it fly. Davis Druick gives the Ballers insurance here in the 5th with home run number 4 of his pro career.
Didn't like the company with Almanza
That
at all.
was short-lived, that tie. Druick deposits one into the right field bullpen, just about where Almanza put it. Maybe Almanza's was a bit further. That still went 360 feet and was 96 off the bat. It's 4-1 Ballers. Cam Buford, first pitch ripped into left field. And the Ballers are seeing it like a beach ball here in the 5th inning. Back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches.
And maybe you like to play with the beach ball. It's the question on the answer. Please let us know what beach activity you like in our chat on YouTube.
So Davis Druick with the solo shot this inning with 1 out. Bases still, well, they were empty. Buford now has a 3-hit game. And for Cam, that's a new career best as a pro. Buford at first base gets the nod in the cleanup spot today, Tyler, and he has made Aaron Miles very, very grateful to have made that decision.
A cleanup man who can also set the table for you. So today, 3 hits for Cam. And now, after some delay, here comes Frank Gonzalez to make a change.
That is it for Egloff. Start number 2, not nearly as good as start number 1. Even though he had 8 strikeouts, he does exit as the losing pitcher of record at this early stage of the game. Runner on first, 1 out. Ballers up 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th. New arm, we'll tell you about him when you return. Davis Druitt with a solo shot to help knock out the starter Egloff here on 860 AM The Answer. New pitcher for the Grand Junction Jackalopes here in the 5th with a runner on. And the Ballers leading Grand Junction 4-1. It's Ty Atkins who enters. And Atkins Tuesday against the Ballers went 2/3 of an inning. A hit, an earned run, a strikeout. That earned run came home off the bat of Pat Monteith, who blasted his first career bomb off of Atkins. I wouldn't be surprised to see Monteith bat for Santos, who's on deck at this point.
Well, for Egloff, you love strike throwers in this league. 9 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts, no walks. He gave up 4 on 2 mistakes, you could call it. So all in all, I think a good start for Egloff here. Not as good as the one as he had last week. He only lasts 4 1/3.
4-1 Ballers, bottom of the 5th. 1 out, runner at first is Buford. Almanza at the plate. First pitch to the lefty veers in for a strike. 0-1. Atkins, the lefty from Hawaii. 3 games pitched in, 9 ERA. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. Almanza homered earlier this game to right. And he pokes this one toward left behind home foul. Almanza has hit 2 balls well today. A fastball 380 feet to right field, and a changeup around 350 to center for an out. Buford singled to knock the starter Egloff out of this game. 0-2 pitch. Almanza waits back on a breaking ball and fouls it away to the left. 71, slow arcing pitch from the lefty sidewinder Atkins. Almanza, the St. Mary's College product, stands in from the left side. Atkins looks towards first, comes home. Almanza strikes out. Good pitch there, breaking ball way off the plate, and Almanza chased. Actually, you know what? That was on the edge, and Atkins just made a miss. 2 down.
Interesting thing, I'll give you this trivia about St. Mary's College. You never abbreviate Saint in St. Mary's. It's always written out.
Really? Okay. I'll have to change my notes.
Anytime. No, you had it correct. Partially,
okay,
at least.
Yes, you're right. I did. I spelled it out. Good. Isai Santos takes one in the dirt. Good save by the catcher Maynard to prevent that from going to the backstop. 1-0, 2 outs, 4-1 Ballers lead, bottom of the 5th. Runner at first is Buford. Druitt with the solo bomb with 1 out in this inning. Santos, a double today. He's 1 for 2. 1-0 from Atkins. Lefty-lefty battle once more. Is grounded slowly to first. A couple hops for Dosko. He taps the bag with his right foot to end the side. But the Ballers do get one off the bat of Davis Druick. A solo shot to right field. 2 hits in the inning for the Ballers, and they leave 1. We go to the 6th inning. A 4-1 cushion for the Ballers here on 860 AM The Answer. Ballers roll with a new pitcher here to start the 6th inning, leading 4-1. In for Dylan Matsuoka is Caleb Franzen, a lefty making his 3rd appearance. 1-0 record, 3 innings, no hits, no runs, a walk and 4 strikeouts. Franzen, the native of West Lynn, Oregon, enters this game.
Well, right now, Dylan Matsuoka, for a 2nd straight start, has given his team a chance for victory tonight. 5 innings, 3 hits, a run allowed, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He threw, I think, a little bit more tonight as far as laboring with pitches, but extremely effective and a strong finish, allowing just 1 hit to the final 9 batters he faced.
And the lefty, Franzen, faces the left-handed hitting Foster to start the 6th. First toss drifts low, 1-0. Here in the top of the 6th, it's time to take a look around baseball, starting in the Pioneer League as we look at the scores from tonight's action in the PBL. 1-0 is bounced maybe off the foot of the batter. That is the case. It hit Foster's foot before rolling to first, 1-1. Top of the 8th, Yuba Sutter trailing. That's rare. Ogden winning 13-8 in Ogden. Boise up 9-5 on Great Falls in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 7th, Billings leading Idaho Falls 7-zip. That's surprising with how the Chuckers have been playing. And a final in 6 innings. Maybe weather-shortened Glacier beats Missoula 8-7. 1-1. Half swing. Did he offer? No, says Grant Myers down at 3rd. 2-1. And we'll continue with this scoreboard segment by checking in on a score from yesterday in the Eugene Emeralds game. Elijah Pleasance with the appearance. 2-1 is popped off to the left, 2-2. Pleasance in a 5-1 loss for Eugene. He's pitched in 1 inning, the 8th, and pitched a scoreless 8th, the former baller, Pleasance. Two-two count. Ripped into right field. This is a tough play. Santos is going to see it fall in front of him, and Foster has a 2-strike single into right field. But good to see Elijah Pleasance pitching, Tyler.
Yeah, he was on the injured list for a time and had a little bit of a tough start to the season, so good to see him bounce back up in Eugene.
So now Franzen allows a hit. That is the first he's allowed as a baller. Next is a righty in Scavato after the lefty gets a hit in Foster. First pitch ripped into the screen off to the right, 0-1. Ballers leading 4-1, top of the 6th inning. No one out. Scavato has struck out twice tonight. That has upped his K total to 15 through 9 games. 0-1 pitch, the lefty comes home. Scavato takes outside, 1-1. Sun is now bouncing off of the distant buildings in downtown Oakland off past left field. And if I just position the crowd mic correctly, I can make sure that the buildings are not blinding me. Here in the press box. 1-1. A half swing. He went through it, Scavato, 1-2. Also, the sun is set far enough to where shadows have enveloped the field. The lights have not taken effect just yet, though. Still a bright enough sky. 1-2. Righty batter steps in. Scavato taps the plate twice. Ricardo Rodriguez gives Caleb Franzen the go-ahead. The lefty settles at the stomach. And strikes out Scavato. Swing and a miss from Scavato on a fastball at 92 north of the zone. 1 down.
That's 8 strikeouts for Ballers pitching tonight, including 7 from Matsuoka, and the 5th for Franzen through 3 1/3 innings.
He is really impressed so far. Foster at first. 1 out. Fernandez, the batter, 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs today. And the first pitch of the lefty-lefty battle is outside 1-0. Fernandez 2 for 3. He had not recorded a multi-hit game until Tuesday. A double and a homer in that game. His first pro home run, an opposite field shot towards left center. And he takes a breaking ball top of the zone, 1-1. That one was a pitcher strike to be sure. 4-1 Ballers lead. Top of the 6th. 1 out. Runner at first is Foster. Pitch from Franzen to Fernandez. Too tall and too tight. 2-1. Fernandez is from Cuba's capital, La Habana, a.k.a. Havana, is the Americanized version of the city name. Listed on Grand Junction's official roster as La Habana.
You know, I don't know that I would have caught that the first time.
I think with the pronunciation of the B and the V in Spanish are very similar. So 2-1 pitch is cued ever so slightly towards the dugout on the left, which is the Grand Junction dugout. I almost called it the Oakland dugout. Last year, the Ballers were in that third base dugout. They've switched to the first base dugout this year, Tyler, and it feels right.
A little more room, better field access, sun, less.
2-2 in the dirt. Yeah, sun never really a huge issue here. If you're playing, if you're playing out in Davis, maybe the sun really plays a factor. Here, it certainly can make it feel hot, but it's never really that hot here in Oakland. Robbie Bales, hitting coach for Grand Junction, says he likes the quick games as that's popped up on the infield. This is Almanza coming in, calls off his buddy Dylan Tatum and makes the squeeze and foul ground, 2 down. Anyway, Robbie Bales was telling me that he likes the quick games here because it gets really cold at night here in Oakland. I'm like, you're right, Robbie. 100%. He came over from NOCO with Frank Gonzalez. 2 down, runner on first after the foul out. Brings up Isaac Nunez, who's 0 for 2, lined out to right field his last time up. First to the right-handed swinger is a called strike on the outside. That looked like a ball. Oh, it was real close.
I think it was very close, but I think Tatum stole that strike there.
Yeah, really good framing. He and Tilo were, especially he was working on that pregame, the framing, the presentation of the baseball. 0-1. Franzen looks towards first, comes home, and Nunez rips it into center field. This ducks in front of Helmig, and Nunez picks up his 3rd hit of the season. 2 on with 2 down. It's so important for a catcher, Tyler. If you're maybe not hitting, if you're not a really productive offensive catcher, you got to do the defensive part of the game well. And that's certainly the case for Lozano and Tatum, as we have a pinch hitter here.
Here comes Matt Pietrowski.
Pietrowski pinch hitting in the spot of Maynard. This would suggest that Mason Minzy could be entering this game defensively.
I disagree. I think this is a one and done for Pietrowski. Otherwise, I think they would have Minzy hit, to be quite honest.
Okay. Yeah, Minzy has been hitting well this series. Pietrowski, not so. He's 0 for 8. He is due. And he hits with 2 on and 2 outs. 4-1 Ballers. First pitch, foul tipped into the mitt of the catcher Tatum, 0-1.
That was a pure chase. Fastball inside at 90. There was nothing too tricky about that, I don't think.
Foster and Nunez have both singled. They're on first and second with 2 down in the top of the 6th. Grand Junction has the tying run at the plate. And Piotrowski takes a strike low outside corner, 0-2. Perfect pitch there. Really good spot by Franzen with the fastball. And has a chance to get the pinch hitter, Piotrowski, on 3 pitches. 0-2 swung on and missed. Tag applied by Tatum. Disgusting breaking ball from Franzen. Has Piotrowski all out in front. And he strands a pair here in a scoreless 6th. Oakland 4, Grand Junction 1. We march to the home half of the 6th. Here from Raimondi on 860 AM The Answer. A reliever for the Grand Junction Jackalopes, their second of the game, enters here in the home 6th after Ty Atkins just went 2/3 of an inning. It is Ethan Brown making his series debut, his 3rd appearance of the year. 3 2/3 innings, just 1 hit allowed, no runs, 5 walks though, and a strikeout. Saturday at Yuba Sutter in a 6-3 win for Grand Junction. He went 2 1/3 of no hit, no run baseball. He did walk 2 and struck out a batter. The Phoenix native is a second-year player for this team. He had a sparkling 3.86 ERA, 11 2/3 innings last year for the Lopes.
Atkins, 2/3 of an inning, strikes out 1. That was Almanza. Got the 2 men he needed to get with the runner at first, and a short outing for him tonight.
Nevada Cohen alongside Tyler Peterson. Harris will start this inning. He is 0 for 2 this game with a strikeout. 0 for 6, 4 strikeouts for the bottom of the order tonight, 7 through 9. Righty hitter in Harris with third baseman Scavato pinched, and Harris takes high 1-0. Well, Nevada Cohen, graduate of University of Florida. Tyler Peterson, graduate of Arizona State University. And I told you I had an Arizona State fact, didn't I? It's about Ethan Brown, who's from Phoenix.
Okay.
He went to Seattle. 1-0 is low, 2-1. But
Seattle
his mom,
University.
His mom, Cheryl, bowled at ASU.
Bold.
Bold. You heard it.
Very good.
Oh.
Well, if she's a Sun Devil, she's in the family.
2-0 to Harris. Looking to hit here. Grounds one slowly foul just to the right of the first base bag. Nearly hit the bag, 2-1.
I'm trying to think if I ever bowled at ASU ever in Phoenix.
Like just for fun, you're saying?
Yeah.
I bowled at Florida for fun. My high is around 180. I'm an okay bowler.
You know, we didn't really sit around the house and go, hey, you know what we're going to do tonight at ASU? We're going to go bowling. We had a lot of opportunity to do a lot of different types of entertainment. That was not
Bowling
the
was
choice.
That's okay.
No.
Funky delivery from this lefty, Brown. He's set at the stretch. He kicks and fires. And Harris lines one. Left field caught. Rose with a spectacular diving grab for the first out, robbing Harris of a hit. 1 down.
I would say Brown's delivery is somewhat mechanical. He's sort of like this pullback whip from the left side.
It's normal until he's about to deliver the baseball. Then there's a hitch in the delivery. This is probably the best way to put it. It's herky-jerky before he fires it home.
It's like Carter Caps without the step.
Well said. Just gets a little more juice behind it. Lefty-righty matchup again. Here's Titi Ali'i. First to him, bottom of the zone at the knees for a strike. He challenges immediately, saying, hold on, that wasn't a strike, but it looked like it was. Oakland is, though, 2 for 2 tonight. Make it 2 for 3. Ballers have 3 challenges left, and if they get one of them right, they'll get to use all 3.
First pitch challenge, even though you're 2 for 2, I disagree with the case use. Even if it was a ball, I disagree with the case use.
0-1 is outside, 1-1. Now, Titi Ali'i is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts, but that doesn't really matter. It's more the fact that he's hitting with 1 out, nobody on here in the 6th. Ballers in front. That's not the place to use it. Titi Ali'i, a called strike, 1-2. And for Ricardo Rodriguez, that's a little pat on the back for him. He's missed a few calls tonight. Otherwise, the zone has been very good. Titi Ali'i shoots one right side off the glove of the diving Dosco, and no way to get Titi Ali'i here. So even though he burns a challenge unsuccessfully, he does reach in the at-bat with a single on the infield.
Dosco did his job. He stopped it on the ground. Brown tried to get over in time, and I think he sort of maybe gave up on the play a little bit at the end there.
Titi Ali'i stole 39 bases at Arizona Christian in 2 years. He has not attempted a stolen base yet. This would be the spot to do it against Maynard, who is not a great defensive catcher in terms of throwing out runners. Runner on first for Tatum. First pitch, hack. He pops it up. Shallow right field. No one's there. It drops fair. Good read from Titi Ali'i to go to second as Tatum has a bloop single. 2 lucky hits for the Ballers, really.
Yeah, that one was a big league Texas leaguer. I mean, that one fell maybe a foot fair of the line. And for Tatum, he'll take it. He had a 3-hit night a couple nights ago, but is only starting every other day with Tyler Lozano taking the other of the 2. So he'll take that hit.
It's been bend but not break so far this season for Brown through his first handful of appearances. But now he faces the top of the lineup in Cobb with 2 on and 1 out. First pitch is low, ball 1.
And in a 4-1 game, there is no such thing as greed.
Cobb hoping to find a gap and extend this Ballers lead. It's 4-1 in the home 6th. The righty waits, takes, low for a strike, 1-1. It looked below the zone. It is correctly called a strike, though. It just caught the low outside corner. Chance of go Ballers from the Oakland faithful at Raimondi. Hernandez holding the runner at second. Well, that's way outside, and Maynard just saved a possible second and third scenario. A wild pitch would put runners at second and third with just 1 out. Cobb in this game is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a strikeout looking. He has not yet faced Brown, who has given up some contact early. Not necessarily that hard, though. Cobb takes just below the zone for ball 3. That is a great take. Fastball low, 3-1, and he's in a hitter's count. Cobb with just 2 RBI so far because he's been hitting leadoff. But already 2 hits today and a chance to add a third and add some more RBI to that total and add to this 3-run lead. Cobb takes in the dirt instead, walks on 5 pitches to load him up for the German, Lou Helmig. Named after Lou Gehrig, as Tyler learned today.
The Iron Horse.
That's right. One of the greatest to ever do it.
I don't know iron in German, but horse is das Pferd, P-F-E-R-D.
Iron das Pferd. Das Pferd de Iron. That's a little Spanish.
You said day.
Yeah. Carter Linton is out there.
I had a good little chat with Frank. I met up with Frank and Carter Linton before the game, and I said to Carter, who seemed to pitch every night, I think he threw about 48 or 50 games for Frank last year, I said, hey, now you really are on the mound each game. And Frank goes, yeah. And now he's responsible for all the bad outings.
I love that. I'm pulling up his player page from last year. He threw 47 times, 5-3 record last year for the Owls, the new pitching coach for the Jackalopes. He did have an ERA just over 7, which feels wrong because he dominated the Ballers at times. In his first 4 appearances against them, he did not allow a run. I have to go back to the game log to see. Anyway, let's reset the scenario here. Ballers with the bases loaded, up 4-1, bottom of the 6th. Lou Helmick at the plate, has a hit today. And he's hit by the first pitch in the helmet. It's an RBI, and thankfully it's a breaking ball as Helmick will make his way to first with an RBI hit by pitch as he points to the Oakland faithful.
Well, it's his 7th RBI of the season. And, hey, a hit and an RBI tonight. He'll take it.
Next up, Davis Druick with a chance to add insult to non-injury. Thankfully, Helmick not hurt, it seems.
Now what?
They're giving Helmick time, I think, at first. He had to take off his accoutrements, his batting armor, if you will. So Druick hits a home run in his last at-bat against the righty Egloff. This is a lefty-lefty battle between him and Brown. Bases still loaded for the Ballers. First toss is way outside. And this is a chance, Tyler, for the Ballers, who have played some tight games so far with Grand Junction, to break this one open.
They are just 2-4 in games decided by 4 runs or more.
Druick takes low, 2-0, nowhere to put him.
In close games, they're 2-0. So you'd like to see another big game in which the Ballers score 6 or 7 or 8. They got a shot here.
2-0 pitch. Druick takes in the dirt. It's a great save for Maynard.
A crimson red light for Druick here.
Bases loaded. 1 out. 5-1 Ballers, bottom of the 6th. After a hit by pitch of Helmick, he's missed on 3 straight to Druick.
Look at the inning. 5 batters. The only out was a line drive diving catch.
Next pitch is a called strike right over center. And now Druick can look to hit.
I think you might even take one more if you're Druick. I don't know.
We'll see if this pitch is competitive on 3-1. It is competitive, but it was ball 4 that Druick swung at. Off the plate, 3-2.
That's a perfect pitch, too.
91, just off the outer black, and got a chase from Druick. Still, like you said, I think Druick would have benefited from not being as aggressive there. But it's not a bad thing to want to hit with the bases loaded and 1 out and your team up 4. Druick trying to put up a crooked number for the Ballers. Swings and ropes one. Pass short into the gap in left center field. Tatum is home. Cobb will score. To second goes Druick with a 2-run, 2-bagger with 1 out in the 6th. Druick with 3 RBI today, and the Ballers break it open. It's 7-1.
And Cobb with a big assist there. He shielded Nunez, the shortstop, so he could not see where that ball bounced and almost made a great stop on the dive. But a 2-run double for Druick, and he and Almanza are having quite a night.
His RBI total, Druick, on the season up to 9. He could be the second baller to reach double figures in that department. Ballers lead 7-1 after the 2-run double. Still 2 in scoring position and just 1 out for Cam Buford. And look, I'm not much of a predictor of sorts as the infield is drawn in against Buford, who has 3 hits already today. First pitch is low and inside for a strike, 0-1. But Cam Buford, Grambling State's home run king, does not have a pro homer yet.
Well, I see you've got the TikTok loaded up over there. Let's see.
Buford went for it and missed. That was an off-speed pitch outside. 0-2.
I'll say this. They're certainly giving Dylan Matsuoka some run support. 16 runs against the Raptors. Now another 7 here, and we're only in the 6th.
Second and third, 1 out for Buford. Down in the count, 0-2. Takes outside, 1-2. Buford singles ripped to left all 3 times, and honestly, he's probably not thinking home run. I know I'm thinking home run, but with the infield in, he could easily hit a 4th ball past the left side of the infield. 1-2, bottom of the zone. No, just below the zone, called a ball. That did not miss by much.
Maynard must have had really good pitch recognition. If he thought that was a strike, maybe that's one he challenges in this situation with one out.
2-2 with 2 in scoring position for the Ballers. 7-1 lead. Buford swings, sends one, right center field. Pimentel at the wall makes the catch. It's just a sac fly for Cam Buford, who just missed his first pro homer. He hit it to one of the deepest parts of the park. 103 off the bat, 366 feet, and Pimentel hauls it in. It is 8-1 Oakland on the sac fly. Helmick scores.
3 hits and an RBI. That's another good night. Look at the middle of the order, 3, 4, 5 tonight. This is what you want from your middle of the order bats.
Druick still at second. Not really sure what I guess he was probably thinking that it would land. It was a good job by Pimentel to track it down. 2 outs for Almanza, 3-run homer back in the first inning. As he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 8-1 Ballers, 4 spot here in the 6th. 2 outs, runner on second is Druick. 1 for 3 Almanza with that homer. He struck out last time. 0-1 pitch is rifled foul off to the left. Almanza, the big lefty, against Brown, a left-handed pitcher who I had alluded to it. Bend but not break, and the dam has broken for Brown in this outing. 0-2 to Almanza is low, good take. 1-2 on the lefty. After the sac fly by Buford, Helmick scored. Druick remained at second. His 2-run double, the biggest hit of this inning so far. Almanza trying to change that. Instead, he takes strike 3 right on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Brown for the strikeout. That is his first. But the Ballers get 4 runs on 3 hits, including a 2-run double by Davis Druick, the big hit here in the 6th inning to grow their lead to 8-1 over Grand Junction. We go to the 7th. You're listening to Oakland Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. Another new arm enters the fray. This time it's for the Ballers, and it comes in the form of Alec Rodriguez, who last pitched Sunday against the Ogden Raptors and pitched 2 innings, walked 4, but only gave up 1 hit and 1 earned run. He struck out 2. He'll need to be over the plate today as the Ballers look to maintain their 8-1 lead over Grand Junction. This is the 4th appearance for Rodriguez, the righty, 6 foot, 24 years old from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He's given up just 1 hit in 4 innings, but has walked 5. 2.25 ERA for Rodriguez.
Franzen, another impressive outing. An inning allowed 2 hits, 1 sharply hit, 1 not so sharply hit. No runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Rodriguez faces 8-1-2, starting with E.J. Dasco here in the 7th. Top of the 7th, 8-1 Ballers lead. 8 runs on 12 hits, no errors. 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error for the Grand Junction Jackalopes. Nevada Cullen alongside Tyler Peterson. Thank you for tuning in on this Thursday evening. Big shout out to Bryce with Virch, who is our technical director for this broadcast tonight. And shout out as well to Chris Dorr, who is manning the controls at our 860 AM The Answer studio. Righty-righty matchup, Rodriguez-Dasco. That's how this top of the 7th will get going. And the first pitch is a strike grooved in bottom of the zone by Alec. I got to say, I'm a fan of the name Alec. You don't see a lot of Alex out there. Maybe Alec Burleson, 0-1 swung on and missed, nothing in 2.
That reference is lost on me.
Alec Burleson plays for the St. Louis Cardinals. Alec is also the name of my fiance's younger brother. So, I'm a big fan of him. And my fiance is coming tonight. So, looking forward to her attending her first Ballers game. 0-2 ripped on the ground toward short. Backhand Cobb, long throw. He guns it and gets him. Trey Cobb, Gold Glover. 1 out. Just remember that, those 4 words together. Trey Cobb, Tremaine Cobb, Gold Glover.
Tremaine Cobb Jr., Gold Glover.
All right, we're going to get his government name on here. But there's a Gold Glove in the Pioneer League, yeah? No? There needs to be.
No, there isn't.
Well, that's a shame. That's a crying shame. Here's Hernandez with 1 out, bases empty. First to him is high, ball 1. 8-1 Ballers lead, top of the 7th, 1 out. And Hernandez has struck out twice today. 1-0 bounces. Oh, and got the bare hand, the right hand of Ricardo Rodriguez. So he's shaking it off, though. He'll be fine. So let me get this right. There's an International Player of the Year, which is a great award, by the way. I love it. But no Gold Glove?
No, I think that is due to the fact that it would be a little bit tough to get everybody in the same room to agree on defensive metrics across the league. Those stats are just not easily
All we need
kept.
to do is send league officials a highlight package at the end of the season of Tremaine Cobb
Do you know
Jr.
what? Throw 12 broadcasters in a room, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. I would be honest. If there was someone better than Trey, I'd vote for him, but I haven't seen one yet. 2-0 is foul back to the screen, 2-1.
Well, you've had Elliot Good and Isaac Nunez, who I must say
They've
both have
been
also
really
been
good.
pretty good.
But Cobb has just been so he makes things look so easy over there. 2-1 count to the lefty Hernandez. Pitch from Rodriguez is bounced off of his glove. That slowed it down. Backhand Harris throws on the run, won't get him, but a heck of an effort there by Danny Harris, who's really starting to feel himself at second. Just to get to that ball, impressive.
Yeah, that's one that sometimes you tell your pitcher don't go after the ball. That's one that Alec actually almost had himself, and if he doesn't touch that, that is not going to be a ball that Harris otherwise has a shot at.
So it's an infield hit. Hernandez's second knock of the series, first of the day. Now it's Rose, who's 1 for 3 today with a strikeout. First of the right-handed hitter dips low, 1-0. Zev Rose made his pro debut, like so many other Jackalopes, in the USPBL last year with the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, though. Rodriguez checks on first, back safely standing as Hernandez.
You have the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, you have the Utica Unicorns, you have the
Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers. Oh, another throw to first, and this time he whips it over there and back safely standing as Hernandez.
And I'm missing one.
The Westside Woolly
Mammoths.
And they all play on the same field in Michigan.
Well, Hernandez is going to get a huge lead now on Rodriguez.
That is driven to center field, right to Helmig, though, who makes the squeeze and will fire it in for out number 2. 1 for 4 for Roast tonight, brings up Pimentel. So far, so good for Alec Rodriguez. 3 balls in play, and that's really key for him, is finding the zone.
Yeah, attacking hitters. We've seen Rodriguez hit up to 94 so far on the season, and he's got some good off speed. It's all about attacking hitters and staying out from the corners. Now, the other night, what did we see on Sunday?
4 walks.
4 walks. He only allowed the 1 run on 1 hit.
Right. First pitch to Pimentel, slowly hit, bounces weirdly off the mound to Cobb at short, who goes the short way to second with the baseball for the force out as a fielder's choice. 6-4 ends the frame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for Grand Junction as we head to the home half of the 7th. That's right, time to stretch. Here from Ramondi. 8-1 Ballers over the Jackalopes here on 860 AM The Answer. Leaky pipes, clogged drains. Step up to the plate and call the pros at Mr. Rooter Plumbing. We're the home team when it comes to reliable service. Family owned, locally trusted, and proudly serving the greater Oakland area, San Francisco, and the peninsula. With honest, dependable service, Mr. Rooter Plumbing is always ready in the pen. Don't let plumbing problems throw you a curveball. Mr. Rooter Plumbing is here when you need us. Bottom of the 7th, Nevada Cullen alongside Tyler Peterson here on 860 AM The Answer. Late submission to our question on the answer segment, Tyler. Rick Tittle boogie boarding at the beach.
He's never done that.
Santos to lead off the inning against the lefty Brown here in the 7th. Santos takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Ballers lead 8-1, bottom of the 7th. Santos is 1 for 3 today with a double, his first career extra base hit in the pros. Santos takes an outside strike, 1-1.
The right-hander Cade Flaherty is in the bullpen for the Jackalopes. And you look at Brown, who in the 7th gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. He'll face the lefty. I just don't know how many more after that.
1-1 is an outside strike. It is 1-2. And at 32 pitches, I don't think Brown faces Harris, who's due up. This was the part of the lineup 7 through 9 who started it in the 6th. How about that turnaround from the bottom of the order? All I needed to say was they were 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts. Then they dominated. As Santos tried to check his swing, he was able to. It's 2-2. But that's all it took, I guess. Harris then lined out in the 6th inning. And Titi Ali'i and Tatum both singled. So all putting the ball in play, and good things happened as Titi Ali'i and Tatum each scored on that 2-run Druick double in the 6th. 2-2 is low, 3-2. That is challenged.
I looked a little too close.
Grand Junction is 1 for 2 tonight on challenges. And that one is correct. So they're now 2 of 3 as Santos goes down looking. I also do want to correct myself there. Titi Lee actually scored on the hit by pitch of Helmig. It was Tatum and Cobb who came home on that 2-run double by Davis Druick. That is all she wrote after the looking strikeout of Santos. Brown is done. He goes an inning and a third, and he gave up 4 in the 6th, but he gets 1 out, facing 1 batter in the 7th. We'll tell you about the new arm when you return here from Oakland. 8-1 Ballers over the Jackalopes here on 860 AM The Answer. One out in the top, or rather bottom of the 7th inning. Base is empty for Danny Harris. He'll face a new arm. It is the 4th pitcher of the night. It is Cade Flaherty for the Grand Junction Jackalopes who enters this ballgame. He made his pro debut Friday at Yuba Sutter. 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Omaha, Nebraska native, just wrapped up his 6th season at Fort Hays State, a D2 school in Kansas. On May 8th is when he played his last game in a heartbreaking 10-inning loss to Northwest Missouri State in their conference tournament. Career 6.12 ERA at Fort Hays State, made 52 appearances and 30 starts there, and he's being used as a reliever so far for the Grand Junction Jackalopes.
For the lefty Brown, in his 3rd appearance of the year, he now has an ERA, 1 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a walk, and 2 strikeouts.
So, 8-1, Ballers lead the Grand Junction Jackalopes. Harris facing Flaherty. Righty battle. First toss of the day from Flaherty is sent to right field, sending Foster to the wall, and Harris goes oppo. Danny Harris deposits one into the bullpen in right. The Ballers bullpen receives a home run ball tonight. Harris with his first Oakland homer and first homer in pretty much 2 years.
I'm not familiar with a ball of that trajectory at this time of night in this ballpark. We did not see a whole lot of those last year.
Harris hit 2 home runs in rookie ball with the Arizona Complex League Rockies in 2023. 2 years later, he goes yard again. Harris with the oppo shot. Now it's 0-1 on TT Ali'i. And I talked to Danny Harris before this game specifically about home runs. TT Ali'i takes another strike, 0-2. And he said, it will come for me when I stop trying. So guess what he did tonight? He stopped trying. He hit it opposite field, almost down the line for the righty. Like you said, Tyler, we don't see those here at Raimondi. A clear sign that he was not trying.
I'll say this about this at-bat so far for TT Lee, who's now down 0-2. It's a pretty good breaking ball from Flaherty, but right now he and Maynard are just not on the same page.
No. Clearly there's some confusion there. 9-1 Ballers after the solo bomb by Harris. The Ballers, after scoring 3 in the first, have scored 6 over the last 3 innings to jump out to a 9-1 cushion here at Raimondi. Bases empty, 1 out for TT Ali'i. 0-2 pitch, swung on, foul tipped maybe? No, he swung on and missed on a pitch in the dirt, and the catcher, Maynard, tags him out, 2 down.
12 strikeouts for Ballers hitters tonight, and last night they struck out over 10 times as well. But when you score 8 times, you forget it. Or, excuse me, 9 times, you forget about it.
It is 9-1. It is an 8-run lead, though, here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 out, spaces empty for Tatum, who singled and scored in the 6th. He's 1 for 3 tonight. First to him, a check swing at a high outside pitch, 1-0. And great point, Tyler. Strikeouts, they're going to happen. This is an era in baseball where people are striking out more than ever. But if you're driving in runs, it doesn't matter, as Tatum takes in 2-0. You want to be having productive at-bats, and that's what the Ballers have done tonight. Look at that 6th inning. They really passed the bats. After an out, single, walk, hit by pitch, 2-run double, sac fly. That is popped up on the infield, foul ground. Maynard trying to fight the tough-to-see sky, and he makes the catch. Unbelievable grab after he ran to the ball at the last second. Do you have a comment on that one, Tyler?
Yeah, I don't know how on earth he made that catch.
With that high, dark sky here in Oakland, that is an unbelievable catch by Maynard. That didn't look that impressive, but trust me when I say it was. The Ballers get a run on a hit. They leave none. Danny Harris goes oppo here in the 7th to extend the Ballers' lead to 9-1 here in the 7th inning. We go to the 8th on 860 AM The Answer. Your line score through 7. The Grand Junction Jackalopes, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error. The Oakland Ballers, 9 runs on 13 hits and 0 errors. Tyler Peterson, take it away for the final 2 frames.
Alec Rodriguez on for his 2nd inning, a 7th inning where we saw a hit allowed, but some otherwise weak contact. A ground ball, a fly ball, fielder's choice. Good stuff from Alec, who was in the zone in the 7th. 3, 4, and 5, Foster, Scavato, and Fernandez. A decent trio if they want to try to start something here late in this ballgame. Rodriguez's first pitch is a fastball above the zone at 91. It's 1-0. Foster, a walk, a strikeout, and a single. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Tatum sets up low, taps the ground. Now the pitch from Rodriguez is in the dirt, swung on and missed.
Foster played at a few different schools, McLennan Community College, Kansas Wesleyan, but those middle couple of years were at Northwestern State. He was teammates for 2 seasons with Dante Stewart.
I'm going to say in Texas or Louisiana?
That would be Louisiana.
Louisiana, yes. The Devils or something, I think.
Sounds right.
The 1-1 on its way. It swung on and slashed foul down the right field line into the netting. It's 1-2.
Demons. Very close.
Demons. Okay. Sort of a mustached, horned figure.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. You got it.
1-2 to Foster. Rodriguez, the first base side of the rubber. He begins his motion, and the pitch is swung on and missed. A changeup in the dirt. Tag applied by the catcher Tatum. It's a first out here in the 8th.
That's just a really nasty changeup from Rodriguez. Foster was completely fooled, and it's Rodriguez's first K of the night.
That's a 10th strikeout for Oakland pitching tonight. And here is Scavato, who is on sombrero watch.
Again?
The first pitch is swung on and missed, 92.
No, Minzy last night.
It was Minzy last night. It's Scavato tonight, who's now down 0-1. We have not had a sombrero at Raimondi yet this year on either side.
We have nothing against Evan Scavato. He's a great young man. Talked to him before the game.
Next pitch, right down the middle at 93. However, if you're on sombrero watch, you're on sombrero watch. It's just how the baseball works.
We just really like the term golden sombrero.
0-2 the count. 9-1 Oakland here in the 8th. 1 away, bases are empty.
Oh. I just had a realization.
Maybe after this pitch. It's an 0-2. Back-to-back fastballs by Rodriguez. The 0-2 is in the dirt.
Well, let's ask the Magic 8-Ball, Tyler.
Oh, no. You're right. It is.
Will the golden sombrero happen to Evan Scavato?
It's our Magic 8th inning. The Ballers are up 8 in the 8th.
My reply is no.
Okay. The 1-2 on its way. Scavato is almost hit by the pitch. A breaking ball that didn't break. It's 2-2.
The 8-ball inning is just completely, I forgot about it. Because 9-1 happened so quickly. Or so unassumingly, I guess, is the point.
2-2 on its way now. Rodriguez to the plate, and it is swung on and missed. Change up down and away, and there it is, our first golden sombrero of the year. It's crowned on Evan Scavato. I'm sorry, sir, but it is yours tonight. Now, Robin Fernandez.
That's what I get for using the 8-Ball app.
That's what you get the 8-Ball app. You have to go with the real 8-Ball.
The physical one.
The magic is in the 8-Ball.
You can take it away if you want in the bottom of the inning.
Fernandez, the DH. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rodriguez here in the 8th. Pitch to Fernandez is swung on and missed. 94 from Alec.
He's feeling it. I mean, he's peppering the zone. He's throwing hard. This is the best we've seen him look so far this season.
Shake off of Tatum. Now he's ready. A flare of the glove, and the pitch on its way. Fastball, 93, strike 2 on the inside.
When you're putting 94, 93, outside, inside, outside, inside, good luck.
Fernandez has looked at 2 straight fastballs. Rodriguez, the pitch on its way. It's way outside.
That was something that wasn't a straight fastball, 88, and it slipped out of the hand.
On deck, Isaac Nunez, the shortstop. Tatum setting up low and away. The 1-2 pitch is low and away, and it's down low for ball 2. 9-1 Oakland here in the 8th. 2 outs, bases are empty. Fernandez 0 for 3. Rodriguez in the windup, and the pitch is in the dirt again. It's now a full count, 3-2. Crowd of 1,229 tonight. A loud one. The 3-2, it's swung on, popped up down the left field line. This will get out of play and maybe even onto the street. As TTLE went all the way to the chain link fence to shepherd that out of play.
Luke Short in the second inning on opening day struck out the side in order. I don't think we've had a baller do it since.
You'd have to scrub through your box scores, my friend.
Doing it right now.
You won't be keeping a book the next couple of days. You'll have to rely on me. I'll send you a couple Xeroxes. The 3-2 from Rodriguez. One more time to Fernandez. The payoff is swung on and missed. 90-mile-an-hour changeup maybe on the inside. He strikes out the side in order. And for Oakland, as a pitching staff tonight, they now have struck out 12 Jackalopes. We move on to the bottom of the 8th. Ballers up 8, 9-1 on 860 AM. The Answer. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 9-1 lead for Oakland, and it's the top of the order. Cobb, followed by Helmick and Druick. Tyler Peterson, that's me. Nevada Cullen. Nevada Cullen.
That's me.
There you go. There he is.
I'm locked in.
He'll be MIA for the next 3 days, as he was just there for that slightly playful back and forth. First pitch to Cobb is a strike right down the middle. The lovely fiance, Hallie, will be in town, and she'll be on the broadcast on Sunday.
She can't wait.
You'll come in attendance on that Sunday. The 0-1 on its way. It's high. You've only been talking about this for 5 months.
Yeah. I'm super excited. She's excited to watch a Ballers win on Sunday. I believe celebrates, what is it, Scrappy's birthday Sunday?
It is Scrappy's birthday on Sunday. 1:05 start. Cobb hooks one down the line. Foul.
Oof, not by much.
You'll be at Scrappy's birthday, a 1:05 start on Sunday. You can also attend our Friday or Saturday games. Saturday is West Oakland Nights, a celebration of local legends in the West Oakland area. And Friday is also going to be a good time. School's out for summer on Friday.
Oh. School's
Bring the kids.
out for summer.
Teachers, if you're out there, come on out. The 1-2, and Cobb fouls one at the plate. I have noticed quite a few graduates walking around both the East Bay area and San Francisco these last couple of weeks. A lot of folks donning the, what is it called? Is it a mantle? What is that known as? The 1-2 on its way inside. Stole, yes. The Stole of Gratitude, I believe, officially called.
I was really confused when you said mantle. It's like fireplace?
The Stole of Gratitude. The 2-2 on its way. Cobb takes down low, 3-2. Tremaine Cobb 2 more hits today and a walk. Becoming one of the best leadoff men in the entire Pioneer League. The 3-2 is swung on, grounded foul. Flaherty just pitched in 1 game before tonight. That was up in Yuba Sutter. He threw 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. He's a starter by trade, though. But maybe at the end of his effectiveness as far as being a starter with how many innings he's thrown this year. Cobb out of play.
Well, that's similar to kind of what happened with Caleb Franzen, is he was like, okay, it didn't work out for me as a starter. I want to be a reliever, and so the Ballers have given him that opportunity, and he has really showed up with a really nice inning tonight, scoreless inning, I should say.
Well, the difference for Flaherty is he was a starter this year,
That's
just a
true.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So maybe more effective in a shorter stint. Another 3-2 to Cobb. He swings. He hits a line drive to left field. And that's a 3rd hit for Tremaine Cobb, who just keeps on hitting. That's now 18 hits for Cobb in 9 games.
He's just been unbelievable. And really, the hits are impressive, but the on-base percentage is what really jumps off the page. That's now 4 out of 5 times tonight that he's reached.
A pinch hitter for Lou Helmick, it's Pat Monteith, who is 4 for 4 in pinch hit scenarios this year. Monteith only has 4 hits all year in 14 at-bats, and they're all pinch hitting. He may likely take over in center field. The first pitch is inside for ball 1. 9-1 Oakland here in the bottom of the 8th. The runner at first is Cobb, who had the leadoff single. Pitch to the plate. Monteith takes low. Pat is batting .286. He does have that home run and RBI, which came 2 nights ago off of Ty Atkins. Pinch hit home run. The 2-0 to Monteith. He swings, hits a high drive down the right field line, but well out of play. That was a challenge pitch right at the top of the zone, and he sent it nearly 300 feet foul. Set on the mound is Flaherty. And the 2-1 on its way is a foul back to the screen. Two and two. Flaherty set a short lead at first for the runner Cobb. Another 2-2 to Monteith. He takes just low. Oh, no, strike 3 called. Monteith is going to be the one to challenge. It is a strike. It's a strikeout looking. So that's the first time Pat has come up in a pinch hit situation and not got on base.
Yep. Home run last time in that pinch hit scenario, but this time unsuccessful. Still 4 for 5 is pretty good as a pinch hitter. Weirdly, both times tonight that the Ballers have challenged, it's been in a situation where they've struck out looking on a low pitch, and it was called a strike.
Well, the Ballers emptying the bench. It's Darryl Buggs, the hit for Davis Druick. Only one more available player. That's Tyler Lozano. Buggs, a high chopper down the line, foul. So what we may see here is Buggs, a natural center fielder, will go to center, and Monteith, who's played both third and center, go to third. That would be my assumption.
That would be nice to give Pat some run at third base, allow him to flex his muscle as a utility player.
Let's see whether or not that is the case. It's 0-1 to Buggs, who is 4 for his first 13. This is popped up on the infield. There's only one away. The second baseman drifting. Hernandez will make the catch. Cobb goes back to first. That'll bring up Cam Buford, who's had a stellar night at DH.
Yep, Buford with a 3-hit performance and was so close to his first career homer in the 6th. He settled for a sac fly to deep center.
3 singles, a stolen base, and that RBI on the sac fly. 2 away in a 9-1 ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Ballers with 14 hits now. Buford takes a first pitch fastball strike on the inside. Oakland with up to 2 challenges left, but they can't get any more wrong. They've gotten 2 incorrect. Grand Junction, only 1 incorrect, and they can have up to 3. The 0-1 on its way. Buford, a ground ball foul, waited back on the curveball, and just did chase a ball low and out of the zone. Two outs in the inning. It looks like the 9th will have a new pitcher. It's a right-hander. That appears to be, is that Carson Lambert?
I think it might be James Collier.
There's a pitch in the dirt. You're right, that is Collier. No large leg kick from Lambert. It's 1-2 to Buford. They're not holding Cobb on at first anymore, so he can get as big his lead as he likes. Buford up the middle. The second baseman will take it to the bag himself, and that is a fielder's choice for unassisted. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left on base. To the 9th we go. The Ballers lead by 8. It's 9-1 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. (9-1) Oakland in the 9th. A 4th pitcher for Aaron Miles tonight. It's the right-hander James Collier, who will now pitch his 3rd game of the year. Collier, no record, a 4.15 ERA. He's allowed 2 runs in 4 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, but he hasn't walked anyone, and he's struck out 5 batters. He comes in relief of 2 strong innings by Alec Rodriguez.
He only allowed 1 hit in those 2 innings, no runs, no walks, and then in the 8th inning, perfect. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout of the Grand Junction Jackalopes. Foster, Scavato, Fernandez, all down by way of the K.
So Collier will have Nunez, Maynard, and Dosco are the scheduled hitters at least. There's a throw down by Tatum. We're just about ready to get things going here in the 9th. 9-10 to begin this 9th inning. Nunez today is 1 for 3.
Yep, single last time up. That was in the 6th inning. And that was Franzen who allowed those 2 hits, but struck out 2, leaving 2, including Nunez.
So a lot of leeway for Collier here to work. He might be able to just attack these hitters with an 8-run lead. Here's the first pitch on its way. Nunez swings and misses through a fastball at 91. It's 0-1. Now, Collier does have some cut to his fastball. The 0-1 from Collier. The next pitch is swung on and missed at 92.
Yep, that one had a little bit of cut to it. 2 inches. Just enough to throw a hitter off. They're looking for a straight fastball. They're not going to get it.
It's a quick 0-2 to Nunez. Collier set on the mound at the belt. Steps and throws, and it's fouled back. Another 92-mile-an-hour fastball. The Fremont native, the Hayward native from CSU East Bay, which also is located in Hayward. Collier celebrating his 26th birthday in April, 6'3", 225. his first professional season. The 0-2 to Nunez. Maybe he brings out the split-fingered pitch here. And there's a breaking ball, and just barely on the curveball does Nunez get a piece of that ball.
Yeah, hung it a bit, but because it had a good amount of cut to it and some pretty hefty drop, it looked like it was going to finish higher than it did.
0-2. Collier's next pitch on its way. It swung on and missed, 93 to blow him away. It's another strikeout for Oakland pitching. That is their 13th of the night.
And 4th in a row, because Rodriguez got 3 in a row in the 8th, and Rodriguez turns it over to Collier, who gets one to start the 9th.
That'll bring up Maynard. First pitch fastball is low at 93. Maynard was pinch hit for in the 6th. He's 1 for 2. Collier fires, and it swung on and missed. 91 at the top of the zone. It's 1-1. Collier was one of a couple players identified at the open tryout for Oakland, was signed straight off the open tryout. Dylan Porter and Isai Santos, 2 of the others. Pitch from Collier is a fastball for a strike. At the knees, it's 1-2 to Maynard.
Aaron Miles said they saw 91 to 92, good cut, good slider. Guy who has the ability to pitch in this league, just needs to put it all together.
Now Collier set again. The 1-2 to Damon Maynard is swung on and missed. 94 at the top of the zone. And a 5th straight strikeout for Oakland pitching. And add that 14th K.
He really is starting to put it together. James Collier with another strikeout. He entered with 5. He's got 7 now compared to no walks this season. And look, if the Ballers pitchers, Rodriguez and Collier, keep pitching like this, it never hurts to have more guys that you trust than you need in high leverage scenarios.
Here's Johnwell Ponce. Johnwell Ponce. Excuse me. Let's get the emphasis on the right syllable there. Ponce is an outfielder. He's hitting for Dosco, excuse me. First pitch on its way. Fastball outside at 92.
Frank Gonzalez trying to give him an at-bat to get him going. Just one for his first 16 here in Grand Junction.
The 1-0. Collier set. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and fouled back at 91. 063 is the math on 1 for 16. He's also not walked. He's been hit by a pitch. He's only been on base 2 times, at least earned times. 2 outs, bases are empty in the 9th. Ballers up 8. The 1-1 is a fastball, a touch high. And Collier is going to attempt to challenge that.
I don't think that's a bad place for it. It was a high pitch, but it looked like it might have grabbed the top of the zone.
2-1 as the yes, the challenge was unsuccessful. And I will say, more often than not, maybe 75% of the times, pitcher challenges are unsuccessful.
Yep. Yeah, catchers should mostly always be the one to challenge if you're really feeling yourself as a pitcher. I think Collier, with how he threw to the first 2 batters, had earned the right to give a challenge there in a 9-1 game.
Ponce at 5'10". This is a touch too high above his strike zone. The 2-1 is swung on and missed. 91 blew him away. Now 2-2. And I think until you start to see Ponce, I should say, foul some back, you stick with the hard stuff. 2-2 from Collier to try to end this ball game. Pitch on its way is off the plate.
Oh, wow, that just missed.
That's about as much. It can't be less a strike, or how do I put it? It's a ball.
It couldn't have been closer to the zone.
There we go. Thank you. 3-2. Collier throws. It swung on, foul back at 91. Ponce able to stay alive.
I was actually the same spot maybe a teeny bit more towards the plate than the last pitch.
You're right. That one actually clipped the zone. That's a great pitch.
Yep.
That really is well spotted.
That's the perfect 3-2 pitch, and Ponce spoiled it.
Collier set. The payoff inside. Ball 4. This is the longest game of the series thus far.
I was just thinking that. We finished before 9 the last 2 days. We were spoiled.
We're officially an hour and a half in, or excuse me, 2.5 hours in, I should say, at 9:17.
Attendance tonight?
1229. Here's, by the way, number 15, Luis Hernandez. Look at the 5 on the back of Hernandez's jersey. This is what I was talking about. Here's the first pitch. It swung on and fouled away. It looks like the 5
looks like a 3
is sort of upside down. And again, I'm not casting any aspersions on the designer. It's just it's odd to my eye.
Hey, we can say we don't like Grand Junction's uniforms. They're inanimate objects.
The 0-1. Pitch on its way. Swung on and missed at 90. It's a quick 0-2 to Luis Hernandez, who is 1 for 3. One more strike, say the Oakland fans. Collier set again. One more strike to end this game. The pitch is high. Tried to rear back and just missed above the zone.
I will say my favorites so far are the Rockies-looking uniforms. I like the purple.
I call them the legacy uniforms, maybe, in Grand Junction. It's a 1-2 to Hernandez. Collier fires, and that is too high. To another hitter, that's a strike. To Hernandez, who's listed at 5'6", it is not. Both pockets out for Hernandez, by the way. We got 2 flaps open back there. 2-2. Collier to throw again, and Hernandez takes high again.
I think there's a little excitement that Collier is carrying right now, expectedly. Already 2 strikeouts in the inning. He's trying to finish this game off for the first time as a baller in his home state. He's, again, a Hayward native trying to close this game out.
His home county as well. Alameda County. 9-1. Oakland leads in the 9th. They just need one more strike. A runner at first. 2 gone. 3-2. 2 outs. Collier to the plate. It's high. 2 walks after 2 strikeouts, and the top of the order for Grand Junction.
Just got to bear down here, Collier. He's really trying to strike out the side, it seems, but if he just throws one over the plate, worst that happens here is a 3-run homer, and it's an 8-run game. You're still not within 1 swing territory, so he's got to attack these hitters.
Roast today is 1 for 4 with a walk. Collier's first pitch is a strike. Fastball right down the middle of the zone. Well, he's started off the hitters with strikes. That's not been the issue.
They're just not chasing the high fastball. They're not chasing with 2 strikes right now. They're very patient late in this game, the Jacks.
0-1. That's high.
Sorry, the Jakes.
Ah.
The Lopes. I like the
Take it or leave it. Lopes. That's sort of Grand Canyon University a little bit. Lopes up. 1-1 to Rose. Breaking ball, that's fouled back. 1-2. They're going to strike, or they're going to try the one more strike chant again.
They might need a new chant at this point. It hasn't worked for them the first 2 times, but I guess 3rd time could be the charm.
Set on the mound is Collier. How about a 1-2? The pitch on its way is strike 3 called, and Rose is going to challenge. Let's see. It's a strike. The game is over. James Collier ends up striking out the side. He walks 2 as well, and the Ballers take a 9-1 victory in which they strike out 15 jackalopes.
Great hitting, great pitching, no errors. Great defense today for the Ballers.
Oh.
The most complete game they've played yet. Impressive by Matsuoka in his start. Ballers bullpen did not allow a run. and 3 homers, Druick, Almanza, and Harris.
How many games this year has Oakland played errorless? I actually want to know now.
Well,
I'm curious.
0. This is the first game all season that they've been errorless.
All right, we're about to have a player of the game interview. Casey Pratt and Kara Suboy are down the field. They've brought their man on the field. It's Davis Druick. Down to you, Kara.
Thanks, Tyler. I'm here with Davis Druick. Great game tonight. 2 for 4, 3 RBI, little double, and a home run. What was working for you tonight?
Just struggling early, just taking it pitch by pitch, man, staying with my approach and just playing ball.
That must have felt so good to get all those runs up on the board.
Definitely. Always feels good to put up runs.
The pitchers all look pretty sharp tonight, but what can you say about Dylan, our starter? 5 innings, 1 earned run.
I mean, he's a dog. He's always going to compete, ready to go out there. No matter what he goes through, he's ready.
Awesome. Well, you get ready for tomorrow. Series continues, but great game, Davis.
We will. Thank y'all. For Oakland, by Oakland. Thank y'all.
I love it. Thank you. Tyler, back up to you.
Thank you, Kara. We're going to take a break. The Ballers with the 9-1 victory tonight. We'll take a break with our postgame show coming up right after this. This is Ballers Baseball on 860 AM, The Answer. Well, a 9-1 final for Oakland tonight. The Ballers win their 5th game of the season. They're back over 500 after 9 games, now 5-4. Your totals on a Thursday evening: 1 run on 6 hits and an error for the Grand Junction Jackalopes, 9 runs on 14 hits and no errors for the Oakland Ballers. Tyler Peterson and Nevada Cullen with you. Let's talk about this game tonight. First, the winning pitcher, Dylan Matsuoka, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Another strong performance from Matsuoka, who looks all the part of a starting pitcher.
Yeah, victorious in his first 2 outings as a baller. He's gone 5 twice, and he really hasn't had to expend much to do it. 7 strikeouts tonight. Obviously, that's the eye-catching number. He had 7 last time out. But Matsuoka just looks like a guy who won't be here long, and that's what you want in the Pioneer League. You want to be churning out players to affiliate ball to 2 major league organizations. That obviously is the hope for Matsuoka, a player who has such good potential, really strong right-handed pitcher. Just
2 earned runs in 10 innings for Matsuoka so far. The losing pitcher, Riley Egloff, did not pitch terribly, but just got hit around a little bit. 4 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, all were earned, no walks, and 8 strikeouts.
Well, the problem with Egloff early is he didn't have the breaking ball working. Once he got it working, he was much better because he was just only having that fastball changeup. That allowed Almanza to sit dead red, and that's why he hit a 3-run homer in the first. He would only allow the Druick homer after that.
Time of the game was 2 hours and 44 minutes in front of 1,229 fans. A couple of bright spots for Oakland. Of course, the player of the game, Davis Druick, who was 2 for 5, a solo shot, and then a 2-run double. He drove in 3. Christian Almanza with a 3-run home run. He was 1 for 4. Cam Buford was 3 for 4, 3 singles and a sacrifice fly. Tremaine Cobb Jr., I mean, listen, when you got 14 hits, we can call out almost everyone in the lineup. There's 2 more, though. 3 hits for Cobb and a walk. And then Danny Harris was 1 for 4 with a solo shot the other way. Up and down the lineup tonight, the production was there.
Yeah, it's really a good thing when you can say that. And it's funny because again, what did I harp on early in the game? We're about halfway through. The Ballers are leading by only a couple of runs. It was the bottom of the order who was 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts to start the game. They did not come out hot, but once the Ballers forced Grand Junction to the bullpen, Danny Harris home run, Marcus Titialii in the 8th spot, single and a run scored, Tatum a single and a run scored in that big 6th inning. So all 3 ended up with a hit. And when you have production 1 through 9 in a game where 1 through 9 in the order all recorded hits, that is how you win ball games.
All right, let's look around the league now. Finals from the Pioneer League scoreboard. The Ogden Raptors win their first game at home in a 13-8, another high-scoring affair, victory at home over the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers. Yuba takes its 2nd loss of the year. They're now 7-2. Boise leading at Great Falls 15-9. That game in the top of the 8th. In the bottom of the 9th in Idaho Falls, let's see whether that game is still going on or not. It is over officially. It's the Mustangs with the win 10-7. Idaho Falls takes another loss. They only have lost twice as well this year at 7-2. The Paddleheads come back and beat the Glacier Range Riders, 15-8 in Missoula.
Which means that someone lied to me because it said that game was final in 6.
You got prestoed, my friend, I believe.
prestoed.
Or there was a stoppage in play, and they later came back and had that final. Let's talk about Major League Baseball now.
Well, there's not a lot of scores today because it's a Thursday in Major League Baseball, and they don't do it like we do it in the Pioneer League. We're playing every Thursday. But anyways, here's what you need to know. The Nats 4-2. They lead the Mariners in the top of the 10th, and they have the bases loaded with 1 out. The A's unsuccessful today, 12-0 defeat at the hand of the Blue Jays. Jose Barrios contributed to that shutout. He was the starter today for Toronto. The Tampa Rays, 13-3 winners over the Astros in Houston. Big win for them. Then in a doubleheader in Philly, it was a split. The Braves fell in Game 1 to the Phillies 5-4, but then the Braves bounced back. Chris Sale got his 3rd win of the year, outdueling Zach Wheeler in a 9-3 Braves win. Braves really poured it on late against the Phillies. Those are your scores for Major League Baseball on this Thursday, May 29th.
We want to thank everyone who made this broadcast possible. Chris in our 860 AM The Answer studios. Bryce back in our Vert studios as well. I'd like to thank Ben for putting us on YouTube. I want to thank Nevada for being with me. He is now going to be on assignment for the next 3 days as a tour guide in the Bay Area, which should be a lot of fun for you because you get to act like this is your area now with your fiance coming to town.
You know, I feel like I can act like it because you've been such a good tour guide for me.
I've only given suggestions, my friend. All right, tomorrow, 6:30 starts. Ballers will try to get a 3rd win in the series to secure at least a split with 3 games remaining. We'll have a chance, of course, to win the series with at least 2 of the next 3 games. 6:30 start tomorrow. Once again, the final score from Raimondi tonight. It's the Oakland Ballers 9, the Grand Junction Jackalopes 1. Have a good rest of your Thursday evening.